Wow. Hello, guys. You know what time it is? It's hashtag short squeeze time. Obviously, I'm sure many GME, many AMC people out there incredibly happy with what happened yesterday. Some extreme moves, some extreme futures moves. Wow, wow, wow. I must say it was very quick and very sharp. And that's what happens when the power of the people, let's say, the power of Wall Street bets gets behind these short squeezes. Will silver also have a bit of a squeeze on it today? Who knows? BlackBerry, Knock, a few of those other stocks as well, looking up. Let's give a quick shout out to everybody. Who panic sold? Shelby. I hope nobody panic sold in particular. Kevin, Dave, Sid, got Sand$77 starting it off, $4 donation already. Thanks so much, Sand$, for the coffee, man. So many people coming in here. I can't even say everybody's name. Brett, Donkin, Dave, Tariq, Josh. Great to have you here. So, what have we got going on? It's all about them lean hogs. Look at them lean hogs. 3.47% up on the lean hogs. But actually, tech stocks are down today in terms of the pre-market. We've actually got the Nasdaq coming back down. It's showing its weakness still in the markets. We had Teladoc yesterday give its report. Anyone read that Teladoc report? It looks mixture-ish. We'll talk about that throughout today's session. I had a bit of a look over it. It's kind of possibly sandbagging in the movement forward, but there are some interesting numbers in there that do kind of make me think, well, it might be a little bit slower into its growth curve. I panic sold, said Carl. Still holding one GME share. Well, at least that's going to make you hopefully a couple of dollars. So we are off and running on that. Pre-markets, of course. Let's have a quick look. Let's load those pre-markets up. Let's go over to the watch list. Let's click the pre-market. Whoa, 56%, guys. Ho, 56%. I mean, I may have known that already, but still, $143 right into that resistance. I believe actually after hours, it might have got even higher. Does anyone know the number? Was it 190 something in the after hours market that it got that high? About 150, 145. This level is the next level of resistance. It actually hit the resistance on the close, that 90 zone, what we've talked about heaps and heaps of times. And I want to go through the technical analysis on GME and AMC today, because AMC also stopped at the 9, and it looks like it's going to crack the 10 in the pre-market. Now, if it does that, we know very critical levels. Up to 9 made sense yesterday. We even said it on the stream together. We said it on the stream, $9 was the resistance that was probably going to reach. We thought GameStop 90. Now the pre-market, the aftermarket are pushing it through. 199, 200 people are saying. 200 on the nose, Akhil says. So we push those levels. We're getting a 1060 open on AMC. Now, if that continues to hold, we're through the 10 resistance. We'll talk about the next levels throughout the stream. Donation coming in here from Matthew Valerie, $4.99. Thanks so much, Matthew. I'm not sure if you wanted a stock to look at. You didn't pop it in there, but if you did, please let me know. We'll do BlackBerry. Don't worry, we'll do BlackBerry. We've got plenty of stocks. BlackBerry here, 4.77. So today we'll be talking about, of course, short squeezes. We'll be talking about these specific stocks that have got short squeezes. We'll probably have to go back over some weed stocks. You'll notice Tilray up, Afria up. They had good days yesterday. Anything that's kind of been a retail squeezy stock has been doing quite well. In the pre-market screener, let's have a look here at things that aren't just those. What have we got going on? Moderna up 4.29. Johnson & Johnson up 1.45. But in general, the greens aren't there. This is those 23 billion plus market caps. Teladoc down hard in the pre-market, just like it was in the aftermarket. The report, will be going through it. Nvidia, 2.41%, 566, in the middle of nowhere. And Tesla coming back down, probably to open around that 20 moving average, which is a 725, 728. We will be talking about it soon. Sid, coming in with a donation. I traded 13,245 GME shares after hours. Really, Sid? Wow. Interesting. So S&P 500, 39. Hopefully he made some money there. 39, 14, 50 S&P. Then we've got the Nasdaq, 13,207. VIX up 24.25. We'll look at our VIX soon. And other one notable, silver is up while gold is down. Still a big movement here between each. Coffee 138 continues its meteoric rise. Dollar closing under the 90. So let's start off just quickly talking about the dollar. That is US dollar. Whoa, look at this chart. We'll come back to this. 89.77. Let's go to a daily to have a look at the dollar index. So it's cleaned up that level. It looks like we're going to get a close underneath here. Now, if it holds down here for the day, possibly we get a movement back up, a top from the bottom up approach kind of test. We know we have 2 levels of support through that. This is a critical break. It's going to find some level possibly here in the morning just because of that left-hand side. But it looks like dollar continues to fall will be the story of the next couple of weeks. It would have to fully reverse right now in today's market for it not to be doing that. It would really have to fully reverse that. Gold, funnily enough, dollar index goes down. What's happening with gold? It's also falling. At the same time, Bitcoin is holding steady around that 50,000, 49,851. We'll be taking a look at that very, very soon. 1788 here for gold, coming back underneath. And I'm worried for it here. Look at this daily close. You guys know that I'm a big one on if you have momentum in the direction of trend. Let's say here, the bullish wick coming through. Bullish rejection. We close underneath this level. What's that telling us about the market? Further bearish sentiment on gold, like we've been seeing recently, back to the 1760. And of course, you take out the 1760 level, gold will literally collapse into other zones. 1740, 1700. I really feel very strongly this is a critical point for gold, and you can see it on this chart. Put the support down here, look at this zone, go out to a weekly. It's very clear something is very wrong in the gold world. Back to even these supports down here, this 1700 zone. This is not good for gold buyers right now. Silver, on the other hand, looking still very strong. Go down to the daily here. It's looking excellent. Still holding above. Go to the 4 hour. And it's just trying to get up. Gets through here, gets to a new high. Maybe we go into squeeze territory and go back to that 30, 29.90 range. Did my screen freeze? Shouldn't have frozen. Should be okay. Are people selling gold and buying BTC? Gavin says. I believe a lot of retailers are doing that. Why? Because you can take your gold position out and potentially make higher percentages in BTC and crypto. So people are taking hedges that they may see against the economy and moving it there. I think that's part of it, yes. I think that's part of it. Let's now go to the GME and begin our analysis on this one to start off with. And I just want to go through the TA here that happened after we finished the stream. So yesterday we talked about this zone, this 48-ish dollars. The body closes. So we had supports all the way through here, resistances we were unable to break through. Then we get that little random candle that gets through and breaks above. It continues, it clears easily, and then it was on. And once it got through there, nothing much held it back. You even go to a 15-minute time. Let's do that together. You even go to a 15-minute candle. Look at this. It was just on, completely on. So the sentiment started off strongly. We actually came into the market pretty much opening up. We moved up through the day, got through the 48, and the next point was 91. Now, why is 91 so important? Because we go through, look at the previous big short squeeze that came through after that crash. Go to 4 hour. Something interesting here. Go to a 1 hour. Look, previous supports, previous wick buying. This is going to be the zone that most people took profit. What's more interesting is the squeeze continued after the hours into the pre-market. Now that is amazing because there was probably some liquidation going on due to the extreme moves. Liquidation back into shares puts more pressure on the shares, the literal short squeeze. Now where are we? 143 in the pre-market. Now is this a critical zone? Yes, because we look back to the resistances and the supports, and it actually failed quite a few times around this 155, 160-ish zone. So we're going to have to draw that zone together today, and we're going to need to be very, very careful around this. Remember, these are dangerous times. I know we love it. I know we get hyped. It's all fun. But at the same point, it's very dangerous. You're dealing with something that can literally lose 50 to 60% in a heartbeat like that. We can lose it all. Or lose a lot of it anyway. And we've all been through that. Some people that have been trading have gone through that type of stuff. Here is the area that I expect GME to struggle with today. Pre-market 143. If sentiment opens like that, we've seen it go very heavily in. Everyone's talking about it. We've already got 757 viewers here in the stream, and that's only after, 12 minutes. So we clearly are very hyped as a community. This 155, I see that being a problem for GME today. You clear that, you go to the TA, wow. What is the next zone? I mean, it's literally a gap all the way up. There's no clear levels. Like 200 in the aftermarket, maybe you'd say, okay, well, that might be an area. But for me, it could be really crazy. It could be up here all the way through these ranges. All the way through these ranges, 350s and stuff. You get the squeeze going on. You really put pressure on some hedge funds that have probably re-added the position. They're back over a high percentage. Then you're talking about through the 155, 158 area, 200, possibly back to the glory days of 350. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen. No one does. But wow, wow, wow. There isn't that much in terms of technical resistance in its way. We have here Aussie Craig, $2.50. I like your image there, Aussie Craig. Exciting times. Evening, Tom, mate. Evening to you, Aussie Craig. Also, Sandollar77 coming in with another $5. Thanks so much, Sandollar. Keep it up. I will keep it up. Don't worry about that. AMC, a lot of people want to do it. We'll be doing it soon. Matthew Hiap says, Tom, are you able to take a look at the ASX for us Aussies? We'll take a look throughout the session, but I know people are incredibly keen to look at these GME AMC situations. So what do you guys think? Will we bust 155 today? Yes or no? Give me it. Give me it. I tend to think, I know we're going to go in a trade halt today. There's going to be a halt. And I don't know if it's a bear halt or a bull halt, but I believe GME will go into one of those little halts and will be probably pretty quickly into the market. So we're talking the first 5 minutes. We saw that one time when we were doing a live stream where we had GME halt. I think it was 4 times in the first hour. It was wild. So I do believe that is one of the things we're going to see today. Let's go to AMC. Let's do the TA on that. These are our levels that we had up yesterday. So we had our $10 resistance here, this $9 kind of 80 zone. We had our 9, which is where we thought it would go to. And once we cleared 7, we were off to the $9. So what's the next areas for this? Let's go into the 15 minutes because we don't have that much information here. So beautiful close right up into those zones. Just have a look here at the last couple of hours. The last hour was a little bit weak. It came back. It wasn't like GME. GME closed on the high and blew through it after the hours. We've got a member of the Stonk Squad coming through, Jeanette Caruso. Thanks so much for joining. Welcome to the Stonk Squad. Enjoy the little emoticons and everything that you get there, and welcome to the community. So here's AMC, $9. $7 was broken through, found support. Now 1070. Let's go out. Let's go out. I could see 12. I can see 12. I'm sure a lot of you can see this level. Supports, becoming resistance. 12 is probably the target that I think a lot of people will take off. It was also that point where if you look here on the left-hand side, it often gapped up into and then treated that level. So we had a gap above, treated 12, support buying, and then eventually gapped underneath. Support buying, eventually closed underneath and gapped and support buying. So 12 is a clear zone. I really don't even know if it's a disputable zone. It's to me an area that I'm going to be very interested in. I also think for AMC, 16 could be the next zone after that. So there's big gaps and big chunks that when this squeeze seems to go underway, it pushes heavily into those areas. I don't even know if 15 matters that much. Look at the 15 here. We'll put a line across it. What the hell's going on here? 15. I don't know. Nothing much. It didn't stop there. You guys didn't even want to take 15 last time. You were like, no, stuff 15. We're all about the 20. We're all about the 20 action. 16, though, there was some takers. So these are the 3 lines. I've got the 10. So we say we open above. Let's say we come and put the pressure down on. $10, $9.80. This area here hopefully gets met with some buying support. Then we move through that zone $12. We moved through that zone, $16. We moved through that zone, you guys know. Can anyone guess what the next zone is? You guys know what it is, I'm sure. A few people saying here, yes, for sure. There's no way that it's not going through 155. So people do believe in the power. Thoughts on Square? We'll be doing that. Sandola Index loves AMC tickets to ride. Very good, Sandola. You know, another thing that interests me and makes me excited for AMC traders right now is look at how technical it actually has been. It closed above. For the first time, closed above the 650. It went into the 7 and found some resistance, actually here on the smaller time frame. Then it moved through and it came back down to the $7, found instant buying pressure. That's really cool. But look at yesterday's close, guys. This is what gives me hope that there is some technicals here and that clearly traders from Wall Street Bets, people in the short squeeze are using these technical levels. Why did it get taken profit at 976? Because that was the previous highs. Look at it. Over here, 976, the wicks. Just like GME, it's been hitting those key zones. So I think 12 is certainly very, very important. And if we open at 1060 and find weakness, I would like to think that the 976 will have some loading pressure on it back to the 12. It's going to, are we really doing GME again? We've got to do GME again, man. Full view. It's back. Back from the dead, back from the ashes. We're back. The tendies to the moon, says Alex Minalt. Absolutely. I can smell those tendies. Everyone's loving the tendies. Leon says, technical analysis on this stock is useless at the moment. I'm not sure about that, Leon. I think that if it was useless, why did people take profit at 978 yesterday? Why? Is that just some random reoccurrence, or is that because it was the previous highs? You've got to think of it as people are scared. People are in this. They've been holding it for a period of time. There's new people jumping into it. So what are some people going to do? They're going to say, okay, I entered it over here at $12. 976 was the previous high. It's good enough for me. I'm out. That's what they're going to say. They don't necessarily all have the diamond hands and want to hold it up. And that's why these technical resistances are working, because people are dumping on things that they can clearly see that many probably people in the community are talking about. Welcome to the 1,200 new people here. We're so early in the morning. We're going to be talking about AMC, GME, BlackBerry, S&P 500, Bitcoin. It doesn't matter. We're going through it all today. Razar says, it's back for people to lose their money again. Lol. Yeah, that's true. Look, guys, remember what happened last time. Even if it goes through the roof and it goes to 600 and some craziness, please be very, very, very careful, yeah? This is and I repeat, it is a gamble. It is as close as you can get to going to the casino in stock world. I really, truly believe that. It's fun, but don't get hurt in it. Aaron Wallace says, for a beginner, you explain everything really well. Thank you. No worries. Thank you very much. So, AMC GME done. Let's have a quick look at everyone's favorite, Nokia. I just want to see it. I'm interested to know how the squeeze is going on here. So, 431 up 6.68. This is very early in the piece. Now, if the squeeze continues, we know this was one that was a hit on it. So you would probably expect any of the old guard, any of the things like BlackBerry, any of the things like Nokia, maybe even the weed stocks in general to be hot today, and for people to go from one to the other one to the other one to the other one. Again, they're all gamblery and they all have those asset or those price places of problems. Nokia looks to be opening around 430, and that's right on the resistance area here. Now you clean that up, then you're talking, okay, 450. Then you're talking after that 5. And I think all of these zones may be short-lived. Remember, AMC and GME are the only ones that have really held the sentiment the whole way through, but that's where Nokia is right now. We may go back to it. BlackBerry, let's take a look at that in the pre-market, only 11.94, still 5.48%. Another one of the famous short squeezes. You can see the movement that happened here. Then to think about market capitalization as well when you're talking about short squeeze, this one is $6.36 billion in size. Compare that to maybe even GME or AMC. It's starting to get up there in size. It's harder to push. I was actually very surprised the community could even get it to 28. I feel like there was no volume here last time, no lines, and it was just like chunking it because people were clearing up their positions. At the same time, there just wasn't anything there. Just people were continuously buying through. So I feel like it was because there was thin volume. Maybe this time it will not be the same. BlackBerry holders, where do you look for? 4 hour. Oh, it's tough. It's really tough. So it's going to open on previous supports, the $12. If it holds up, that's important. 14 is going to be an incredibly tough zone for BlackBerry as well. So 12 and 14, very, very tough. CCIV, we'll take a look at that. Heaps and heaps and heaps of things coming in. Dan Gallinger said, for an idiot who bought a 716 $2 call option on Sundial, what's your prediction there for the days? Oh, Dan, why? Sundial, man. Sundial. Oh, no. I'll look at Sundial for you today. You know I don't like this one. I don't like it when companies issue shares on something that you're trying to short squeeze or as a meme stock that people are getting involved in. All right, let's click it. Let's click it. So we're 9.66% up in the pre-market. This looked actually over and has been redeemed again from the ashes. So there are some problems. This area here where it's about to open is previous resistance. But you'll notice, you get through here, you've got a clean slate to $1.70. You get through there, I don't even know if you see much just before the $2. So Sundial, if it gets roaring, and right now it's doing something like this. It's got the trough down here, it's got the peak, it's got the higher trough, and it's going to go straight into resistance. We get something like that, probably movement up here, and then through, $2 could be foreseeable on Sundial. Again, a gamble stock, be very careful what you do here. This stock does not have as much value as people think. You may disagree with me. Maybe go look at the fundamentals on it. It's a bit terrifying. Bad Mama Jammer, 618, $2. What would you feel comfortable on call bet on AMC? What would I feel comfortable? 12. In terms of technical analysis there, Bad Mama Jammer, 12. We've got a pre-market. Look, it may go up more, but if the pre-market opens, let's say it goes to 10.50. Usually, really early in the morning, the pre-market tends to be a little bit more hot. So we're here, 2.5 hours before the market open. It's hot right now. It's 19%. I expect a little bit of cool off. But yes, 12 seems very feasible. But if you close above that on a significant time frame, you could be looking at the 16. It is possible, but 12, yeah, very, very, very doable. Oh, I better not get rid of that line. We need that for later. Let's go through some of the other market ones here. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is sitting, hovering, failing a little bit. Let's take a look at what happened yesterday, and we'll talk about this support. So we had the mega 45,000 support. Then we bounced up. We had the bullish hammer come through, the engulf that came over the top, or just basically another candle that closed above. We got the retest yesterday, and I like some things about this retest. I didn't like that. I don't know why that happened, but bullish rejections all the way through here. Little hammers. We didn't want to see it clear under this zone. This was bad. Under here was very bad because you get back in here and you don't show bullish intention straight away on all these candles. Where are we going? 45. So I would not like to see a closure point underneath here. A closure point underneath this wick will get the zone for you. What's the price? The price here is 48,000. So if we close under the 48,000, that's going to be a critical position that will then push back into the 45 and start to break sentiment in Bitcoin. It's important Bitcoin makes a new high today. Look at this candle coming through right now, 50,400. I would like to see by the end of this stream that we are above this resistance. And I think that is a cracker of a resistance now because look how many times it has failed. We're on the 1 hour. The gorillas are coming out. Get the gorillas. Spam them in the chat, guys. Why not? Sid knows you can't stop the gorillas today, Sid. One of the mods. You can't stop them. Here is the resistance, 51,000. There is no close above this zone on the 1 hour chart. So not a very large chart, but a significant area. We move through, come back down, find the support, move towards 52. But I'm actually thinking we could go back to the 55 where the key resistance was as it moved down. Also a psychological zone. That's the psychological zone, 55,000. Critical resistance, lots and lots of structure through here. I would love to see a break at 51,000 for Bitcoin throughout the stream. Full View says, look at PLTR after BTC. We certainly will. We'll look at PLTR, no worries. 50,400. Now we're going into the resistance. Thanks so much for joining us as well. We're already at 1,500 viewers, still 2.5 hours away from the market open. GME, AMC, all of that rest. If you're enjoying the stream, always appreciate the subscribe and of course the likes. It looks like a whole bunch is coming through here. Volume pre-market AMC is insane, 6.3 million. Still hours to opening bell. There will be a lot of interest in this. People will be hyping it up and moving through. So I like Bitcoin and I like the 51,000 here. We'll continue to take a look at that. Now, a few requests coming in for PLTR. This is another favorite of course, the channel and people out there. Look, PLTR, it's cooling a little bit. At the same time that we're seeing the squeeze occur, Wall Street's actually dropping. This happened last time, remember. There were concerns over the GME movement, the AMC movement, destabilizing maybe the entire economy or something. I don't know what the hell they were talking about. The point is that though, that happened last time. When GME squeezed, the stock market actually dropped. We're looking at a 39.14 into the open. Nasdaq 13,175. PLTR is therefore suffering a bit from that, sitting around the 26. For any PLTR holders, you're looking at a $30 resistance. You're looking at 24 to 24.50 being a strong kind of support zone. And you scroll out, you have a look at this. All this structure through this area here is where ARK was buying. So they were buying down here. So if you're following ARK, you like this stock for that reason and other reasons, this is the heavy support. You do not want it underneath 24 under any circumstances. And I would like to see it go back up to 30 and you can party when it's above 30 because until it's above 30, it is not going to be a good zone. What happened to GME? This is what happened to GME, 151 in the pre-market. I wouldn't be surprised for it to hit a 155 into the open. That resistance that we have there sitting around the 155, 158. So I know we're going to talk about this a lot. Don't worry, we've got it there. 158 is our top end resistance. We break through that, we go 200. We break like we did pre-aftermarket, 200 plus. I'm saying a lot of movement here, a lot of movement. Thoughts on OGI? We'll take a look at OGI. So OGI, here's the stock, Organigram, Process Industries, Agricultural Commodities. Well, it has fallen quite substantially, hasn't it? Let's take a look at the top-down analysis. Whenever you're doing a stock and you're new here and you're doing, let's say it's not GME, let's say it's not AMC. When you're doing a normal stock and you're taking a look at what's happening, always do top-down approach, guys. Go through the monthly, weekly, do a quick scan to get a lie of the land, effectively to get an idea of where things have been. Here's 346. You can see it moving here. Go down to the weekly. Where's it been in the past? We know it's $8, so we'd always tag that with a resistance. Now, I tagged through the body close because that's where the market closed. The war is over at that point. If you used line charts, you'll always see the close. It's a good way of just doing it. Use line charts when you're new to TA to try to figure out the levels that you should be using as support resistance. It'll clean it up and make it way easier for you. So here's the support, here's the resistances. You'll notice all the way through that mid zone is kind of where it's been. Let's go back to the candles now. It bullish hammered on the weekly. That's a good sign. But for you to be comfortable that this stock is moving higher, you need to get above this with a close. Okay? So right now we've got a bullish hammer coming through. Let's say we close the week somewhere here. Then next week, you get a movement above there on the daily. That's going to be significant enough for you to pay a lot of attention to and say, okay, we're back on for the bullish train. Until that happens, I'm not comfortable with thinking that this stock is in the movement. You had a bullish hammer yesterday. You need to clear all of this level. Let's go here, 4 hour. See this? Previous supports. It's putting pressure on it. It's going to open right around that zone. So I would like to have a significant time frame, 4 hour or daily, close above this area. Then it can come down, test the 20 moving average and move up. Don't think 4 stops it. I don't even know if 450 stops it. It could be explosive if it gets through this zone. Good luck on this one. Aussie Craig says, Tom makes me realize I eat way too many crayons. I'm not sure about that one there, Aussie. GME moving again, people are saying. Is it? Oh, through the resistance already in the pre-market. Is it going to go back to the post? 200 was the post. Get rid of one of these lines. We don't need every line. There we go. I still think the 158 is hard to get through, but it's doing it in the pre-market. Can it go to the 200? 200 was where the post was. Matthew Tainch, $5. Thanks so much for the donation there. Tom, what chair do you have? I am shopping around. Herman Miller chairs. If you make a ton of money in the GME AMC position, Herman Miller chairs. I've had this one for, I don't know, 10 years, pretty much as long as I've traded. No, longer, 12 years. So I bought it when I started trading with the trade profits. It is awesome. Herman Miller chairs are good. If anyone else has got a Herman Miller out there, shout it out because they are sick chairs. There are cheaper ones now, but don't get those gaming chairs. They don't last long enough. Try to get a Herman Miller whenever possible. CCIV, Jeanette says, yes, we'll take a look at CCIV in just a few moments. I'm surprised, though, to see that pre-market up so much. Let's have a look at the squeezes on the screener then. Let's take a look at what's actually going on here in the screeners. So AMC, GameStop, they're the percentage change yesterday. Look at this pre-market, though. GME up 82% again, coming off the back of 103%. Wow. 166. AMC holding an 11. Will it move to a 12? We're still early hours, but people are waking up. They're doing that pre-market trade. Remember, Reddit isn't even necessarily, everyone on there can't necessarily trade the pre-market. We don't even have Robinhood open yet. Robinhood can't trade until the beginning. Tilray, yes, we're up 5.43%. We'll look at Tilray. We'll look at everything again. Don't worry, guys. Let's do Tilray. 164 though, GME pre-market. If you're enjoying the stream, always remember to subscribe as well if possible. So yeah, Matthew Tainch, get the Herman Miller, get the cheapest one. The Mirror is actually pretty good. The Mirror 2 though. If you want even cheaper, go for a second-hand Mirror 1. They're actually only like $300 on the second-hand market. Get one of those if you're looking for a cheaper chair, because I know they are expensive. Tilray here. Nasdaq, that's 300 Australian, by the way. In the US, probably like 150 or something. What's going on with Tilray? 29.59. It's bounced off that previous structure. And for anyone that's questioning TA, look. Previous resistances become support. What a zone. Resistance, support, bullish hammer, beautiful. You get that little close above, more beautiful. It fills the gap. That's excellent. And now we're coming into a $30 open probably, or around there. This will be a critical zone. Let's go into the 2 hour. Will Tilray have another second run on it? Back to the glory days of when it got all that high point. This area here is going to be hard. So Tilray often came down to the 28s and the 29s, quickly bounced off that. I'm thinking if Tilray gets through 30, previous level here, 29.67, it's opening at 29.58. We close above there on any time frame, let's say a 1 hour or something like that. We go back to the potential of a very quick move to 36. 35, 36 was a great point of resistance. I actually did do a little trade over here where I took it into this zone. I think a few others in the room did, Sid, etc. They took it through. But this critical area of 36 is something I'm looking at. And I do think that 30 will be the test in the first hour. So all of these will be tested. If people miss out on GME, they're going to go to AMC. If they miss out on AMC, they may go BlackBerry, Nokia, or the weed stocks. Sundial is the same kind of thought process. Up 12% in the pre-market, 163. We clear through here, which it looks like we will. I think $1.70 could have some problems. I doubt it. And then actually to the $2. So you're looking for a gap fill or a movement up to the $2 there on Sundial. Let's do did I do CCIV? Don't think I've done CCIV. So CCIV is a different case. This is a suppressed SPAC. So this one here, it's buy the rumor, sell the fact. All I'll say is, even though I'm in TA and I love TA, I love fundamentals as well. When you're looking at a SPAC, I'll say this, when you're looking at a SPAC, do not buy the SPAC unless you've checked at market capitalization of that particular SPAC. If you don't do that, you won't realize how incredibly overpriced sometimes these things are. So right now, this is trading at a 7.426 billion market cap. It can get too high, too fast, and you must practice caution. Another thing I would say is 15-minute timeframes. If you get this extension away, so from a TA perspective, what was CCIV doing? Because this may happen with GME to you guys as well. So we've got a movement away where we're following some moving average. Let's say it's a 3-hour 20. Okay, 3-hour 20, 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits. It then extends away from that. That happened on Tilray, remember. When it extends away from it, guys, what do we need to do? Quickly find the moving average it's following. Is it an hour? No. Is it a 15-minute? Go in there, have a look. In this case, it bounced off the 15-minute, extended away, came down to the 15-minute, instantly found buying pressure. Buying pressure, buying pressure. You know at this point you must watch the 15-minute and get the hell out if it goes underneath. It's too far extended away. It closes underneath, get out. Bail, town, USA. Get out of there and run. Because this is the hyper extension. I saw a hyper extension on Euro Pound. Now you guys probably don't care about Euro Pound, but I'll show you a hyper extension. Look, it's bad. It's bad. It followed a certain thing. Now we take a look. I'll show you this. Literally the exact same concept. It matters. 50 moving average. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bounces off it each time. Then all of a sudden it extends down and goes crazy. 20 moving average suddenly becomes it. And it gets so hyper extended off that that's what they call the excess phase. When you're in the excess phase, it's when us, the retail traders, are involved. Get the hell out when that happens. And I mean, no. It's great to take the profit, but just be so careful in the hyperextended phase. You put that onto GME. I mean, when did it go in the hyperextended phase? To me, the telling sign was this, the volatility that happened on this day. When it went to a $470, busted down through the squeeze, Wall Street got involved. They wanted to crush us, the retail traders, and they ended up kind of doing it for that period. This was when it came back to the 400, you basically go like this. This isn't Bitcoin. It doesn't just reload after 30% and keep going. You need to be, oh my God, thank God I got back this price. Because when it hit 400 again, I don't care if you have the diamond hands. Ultimately, it might be your college funds you've got in here. I don't know what you've got in there. But $400, I would have been like, bang, out. Now, I wasn't in this particular trade, but I love it. I love the fact that it happened and it's fun. But this was a scary candle. And if that happens to you again and it goes back up, be super careful, hey? We're now 161. So I expect this 158 kind of zone to still hold it down. But if it doesn't hold down, 200 potentially pre-market today. Let's see. 1,897, guys. Hit that like button if you're enjoying this stuff. Subscribe if you can. Let's see if we can push today to my biggest level ever. I would really appreciate that. I'm kind of glad I got this next donation, which is going to come in. Jonas, thank you. We will be doing the Nasdaq. Don't worry, we'll go back over AMC, GME, we'll go back over Tesla. Every single thing will be done today. I know there's quite a few interest ones. Got a donation coming in here from Jonas Florinus, SEC $83. Thanks so much. Hey Tom, came late. Nasdaq 100 reaching the bottom today? Question mark. All right, let's take a look at the Nasdaq. So I think the Nasdaq could come under fire if Wall Street react in the way that they reacted last time to the GME AMC situation. They actually shorted the stock market at the same point. So we started to see this GME thing, and that caused some concerns in the market. Here were the concerns. Now, I think it's just an excuse, don't get me wrong. It's just an excuse, don't worry about it. But that may present opportunities in quality stocks. Let's think about what's happened here on the Nasdaq, the weakest thing. We got through our support. We got through our resistances. This was the key level on the market that we were looking at the whole time. When we closed below there, we triggered selling, and that selling went straight into the previous support, 12.8. During that day live, we saw flash crashing on particular stocks. I would like to say it's an attack on ARK, the fund. And did anyone, I got sent today, is this true, guys? 100% short interest on ARK. Is that true? Can anyone confirm that for me? Is there 100% short interest on ARK ETF? I'm not sure if there is. I don't think it matters too much from you can't really squeeze it. But the point is, it's very interesting that all of the ARK hypergrowth stocks got absolutely belted through that time. We saw 15% down on NEO. We saw Tesla just getting destroyed, and a lot of other stocks as well, including Square, which we'll be looking at. So here is what's happening. Let's talk about a fib. Let's chuck a Fibonacci on here. Always good. The pullback so far is right into the correct range. So I like pullbacks that come back to a 38.50 fib. Never use the golden ratio. It sucks. It's bad for technical analysis. And the reason why is if something comes back 60%, which is effectively what one of these 61.8s is, 61.8% of the move, it's hurting the psychology. When GME dropped 50%, people are thinking, bargain, I'm going to pick it up. When GME drops 70% of its value, people go, oh my, I'm very, very scared. So just remember, this is not the best fib. Between this zone is the best fib. So it's at the correct level. Let's go to the daily. Okay, so we had the bullish rejection candle. What are we looking for today? If the weakness comes through and we continue seeing selling, once we get under this low, we will clean up to or down to the 12.8. Once we get under that low, I think it opens the floodgates back to the 12.8 if it occurs. It has technically given us a strong signal to the upside. So we go through, we break this down, go through the resistances here. We go back above a new high today, this 13.4 zone, and I think we go back to the 13.6 and find resistance there. So 13.4 to 13.6, underneath this low, back to the 12.8, and all in here is incredibly hard to read, Jonas, unfortunately. A few people saying, hodl my Spartans. Hopefully you guys do hodl. Matthew Tainch says, $5. Thanks so much, Matthew. Can you please check out the odd US dollar? All right, we'll do the odd US dollar. We're still early. Plenty of things to go over. I said I'd look at the markets as well. Odd US dollar. Very strong. Kind of annoying for me because when I invest in American stocks, I invest in American dollars, and I don't really want to see it at an 80 if possible. So we hit an incredibly important zone, 80. I'll just show you how much this 80 means. So every time the 80 has been reached or breached, it's gone to around this 81.30 zone and then being quickly shot down. So we're hyper extended right now in the weekly. Let's go to the daily here. Moving away quite hard from the daily. I would expect shorting pressure to come through here. Now 78 is going to be buying pressure, no doubt about that. 78 previous triple resistance is going to act like that, Matthew. You go in the 4 hour, there's not too much to say. I'd be looking for an engulf to the opposite side to go short, but I wouldn't short against this heavy trend. I just think that if I was taking profit, this would be the zone that I would do so. So my thoughts on the odd are weakness should be found here, or at least some form of structure before the next move up to the 81.30 or the movement back down to the 78. A tough zone, but a good profit area. I want to read this. What is that? MK says, wonder who's the dickhead that clicked dislike. That's all right. Probably someone that likes Sundial, man. Because I was hating on Sundial before. No offense to people in Sundial. I just don't like its fundos. Roberto Garcia, $5. Your thoughts on TRXC? Name change to ASXC in March. Just wanted your opinion. Heavily shorted. I'm at 0.92 cents. Thanks. What do you see? All right. Thanks so much for Roberto there. We'll do a few more of these. TRXC. Is this still the... Yeah, so in March, this is changing the name. You got in at 92 cents. So you are up big coin here. This has been pumped for some time and held. So first thing I do with these pump stocks, and if this pumping continues through other ones, check again market capitalization, guys. This one here at this price is 618 million. Now, if you're getting pumped on a 60 million, $100 million stock, it will be this. Pump dump, okay? Pump and dump. It's done by a lot less people flooding lines. So you're right on the support here, mate. Basically, this area was resistance over here. It was resistance again. You can see the resistance. You can see the resistance. And now it's come down to find that. I would like to see pressure go through the 485. You get through this little shooting star pin bar rejection. That's changing sentiment. 485. I think it will smash 5 at that point. You get a close above this area. That's all you really care about from the bull side. And you do not want it down underneath this 50 moving average on the 4-hour chart, all right? Because under that, you're starting to put pressure back onto these threes, and I'm sure you don't want to be there. So it's all about today holding this line, holding this area, and if you get above this little wick here, I think you could easily see a movement back to the 6. Good luck with that one, Roberto. Garrett Self, $5. Thanks so much. Will you check out Remark Holdings? Mark. Let's take a look for you, mate. Remark Holdings. Okay, it's had a nice move on it. Again, because I don't know this particular stock, what am I going to do? Monthly top-down approach. All right, so it's traded around that dollar a few times, and it likes the buck. When the dollar is hit, it's been pretty good. So that's good. What about other zones that have been kind of pumped? It looks like it pumps and dumps a bit, this one. Remark Holdings, it's like news, dump off, news, dump off. It looks like a pharmaceutical company, man. I'm not sure why it's done it here, but that's what it does look like on the monthly. All right. You wouldn't want the monthly closing here. Let's just say that. Let's load up the horizontal line across these points. A close above here, significant. Let's go to a weekly. Okay, so you got the significant one. It's back onto the support resistance. So resistances become support. This is where you want to see buying. You saw it once. Needs to hold up here for the week. Hold the zone would be good. Previous resistance over here acted as resistance. So you know 6 is going to be a big problem as well. So your major kind of levels that you want to draw, and this is how I do it. I think, okay, $6 is going to be a problem. Then you've also know that it's working technically, because over here and over here, you had wick rejections that acted as resistance. You had wick rejections that acted as resistance. The 450s, everything is acting quite technically in terms of take profits and supports. Must hold this zone. I'd be looking for structure on the smaller time frames. Let's go 4 hour. There's no structure yet. You won't really be home and hosed until it gets above 4. 1 hour, is there any structure? Not really. So there's no strength here just yet. 3.37, 30.69% up in the pre-market, but I'm not seeing just enough yet to make me think that's great. I would like bullish hammers here, nice engulf candles on the daily, looking like that. There's some bad drawings, but whatever, double bottoms, anything like that at this area here. Hopefully you have some good luck there, Garrett. Just quickly scrolling through, guys. Thanks for all these questions coming through. It's amazing support today. Thanks so much. James B, $5. Do you think LMND is down due to general sells due to the GME, etc. situation? Can you see it back to 170, 180 anytime soon? Picked up some at 129. Thanks. LMND. This is the lemonade, the insurance thing, yeah? A property casual insurance thing. Look, the lemonade, I think, is suffering just because of a little bit of valuation stuff. This is worth here $7.75 billion. When it got through, and again, TA shows you this, this was a scary zone. Now, you have it at 129. So the price right now is 128.50. So not too bad. But the 140 is going to be really hard for you to get through. And the reason why, support, 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 support. If you have any stock, any currency, commodity, whatever it is, guys, and it hits these types of supports and then it breaks through them, then if it tests it from the bottom up, there's going to be profit taking at 140. If I was buying this zone and let's say I held it through all of this area and it broke through, I'd be hoping for a 139, 140 so I could probably get out, because I don't like the TA when it comes back through this point. Now you close above 140 and then come and test it from the top down, find support again and break that resistance. That's when I would re-enter long, and I'd be interested in this particular stock if I believed in it. But unfortunately for Lemonade, you're hoping the 113 holds, the 140 is a clear level where people are going to take profit. And if it gets through, 160, possibly even 180 is possible on this stock. So good luck there, James. Unfortunately, the 140 looks struggly. Bitcoin 50,400 or 50,348 looks all right. That's all right, Dave. Don't worry about that person. Investable. Oh, whoa. Let me go through here. Invincible 09, $4.99. Can you look at ASRT? All right, we'll do that, man. ASRT holdings. Then we'll get back into some GME, some AMC. We'll look at the pre-markets for everything as well. This stock is flat as attack today, 97. Looks like we've done some analysis on it before. Let's go through. Okay, in the middle of very tough analysis land. There's no clear kind of levels on this left-hand side. Look to the left-hand side for information about what might happen on the right-hand side. That's what I like to do. You'd want to engulf here, maybe get above this wick of $1.05, and that will show some bullish intentions. Let's go to the 2 hour to see the structure here. Yes. All right, so you need above here. That will trigger trough, peak, higher trough, movement through the $1.03, $1.04 area. That's going to trigger your 120s, which is what you want, into potentially the 130s. So I don't like it at all until it gets above here, because again, it suffers from previous support becoming a resistance. This is basically like that lemonade thing. Previous supports becoming resistance, except lemonade had like 4 or 5 touches to the zone. That's all I can say. I want it through that area, man. Spinex Salt, $2. Any chance you can look at KT longer term? I certainly will look at KT. Let's do that, then get back into the other ones. KT Corporation. This is a longer term play. Let's have a look at the monthly. I see why you're saying longer term. It's been suffering for a very long time in its business. It's at the critical level on the monthly. Horizontal line straight through here. You see why it's struggling here, yeah? Weekly. Pre-market 1.79 down. Weekly, hit this little bit of resistance. It's come back down, long leg doji. If it closes like the long leg doji, a break close above this will probably smash the 12 and then move towards the 13, previous support area. I like the price action. I like the way that it's moving, and I wish you all the best. This is a critical zone to hold here, and you do not want it any way, shape, or form back down in this zone. I would like to have this hold here, create some structure or something, and then move on the way up. All right, everyone's getting pretty excited about these things. Let's take a look at the pre-market here. GameStop now up 60% to the 146. So a little bit down from where it was before. We had a 161-ish point. Big volumes coming through in the morning here. But most importantly, it needs to hold around this 140, 150 sentiment. I'd like to have that. We're still early days. Still got 2 hours till the market open, guys. Plenty of time. When Robinhood cuts in, when you guys can actually trade, a lot of people don't have the pre-market, it may get better. AMC pulling back as well, 10.26%, oh sorry, $10.26. Anything above 10 is good as long as it can hold. So AMC, don't lose the faith. It just has to hold above 10, and then it should be able to move to the 12. Tilray also down now, 2.25. Afria, 1.94. Go to the broader market screener. Take a look at the 23 billion plus. Moderna still holding. Little bit of greens here. Banks, JP Morgan's unstoppable right now. Pre-market though, Wayfair, Teladoc, bad earnings, 6.19%. Well, not bad earnings, but not up to the hypergrowth standard, 238. Tesla, 722. We'll look at that one very, very soon. So we've got a donation coming in here from Sal De Cristo. Hey, Tom, could you do ZG and Diz? Thank you, $4.99. Yep, we'll have a quick look at those, man. ZG, yes, Zillow Group, 39.18 on the S&P here, guys. 13,200 on the NAS. Let's get some predictions in here from the AMC holders out there. Where does AMC go today, guys? I've got my prediction. Where's your prediction? What is it? Give me some prices. Give me some prices right now while we do this Zillow Group. Zillow Group coming off an incredible run. Hyper extended stock. You can see it got too far away from the 20 moving average. Absolutely out of control into this 200. That's why it failed. Movement down to the 4 hour here. Or actually, I'll go to the daily. So daily didn't even really hold any particular moving average. It was just wild. Let's go to the 15. So that run was just epic. It was just a gap and then the 15-minute held and it closed through. And because it was extended, it's usually a great time to get out of it. We've got some okay, let's see what everyone thinks. 12. Jade, he goes $24 AMC. Whew, you're a bull. AMC to 20, says Matthew. $50 from Glenn. All right, $50. I think that'd be wild, Glenn. No worry. Joshua, Riley, $12. Quite a few 12, 14, 16s. Maybe a little bit more realistic. Foolish Illusionist has gone with $12.45. But I like that call. $50. And then Skylar Smith's just gone nuts. He's got 1,000. But I think that's just more of a joke than anything else. I hope you guys are right. I hope it can get to at least a 16, a 12. Probably for me, I'm thinking a 12. But you never say never to the 16. Zillow Group came back down, hit the previous resistance before all of the hype train came in, and did find some support. Today, pre-market, 0.13 down at the 172. I think this level should hold, but if it didn't, you do have a decent backup. You may not like the price, but you've got a good backup there. I like to go with taking a weekly here on a hyper... we need that support. Taking a weekly here on a hyper growth stock like this, getting a fib out and saying... all right, let's say we do get a correction here. Where should a correction go to? You know I'm going to say the 38.2 to the 50 zone. So the 38.2 would make sense to here. And if we do get a further market correction, let's say Nasdaq comes down, man, it could go through this support. I think very likely it buys off here, comes back to a much more fair valuation level on the 20 moving average on the weekly. That's where almost all corrections come to. You look at the S&P 500, you look at the Nasdaq, they go to that weekly 20 and they find the support and they go bam, straight back up. So corrections, not crashes, should go to the 20. We'll go Disney here. Walt Disney, great company. You guys know I love it. It tapped the 200, went slightly above. I feel like that's getting a little bit rip-offy now. And I love the company, guys. I love the company. But it's starting to look a little bit extended. It's moved quite far away from its 20, and it's been a long time since they've come back to that. Disney actually has a good track record with holding this 20 all the way through. Look at this 20. So for some years, I traded this one up, and it did quite well, and I held it. And then it started doing, consolidation for quite a long time. Hard hold there. But for Disney, I think it's a little bit extended away. It's got a lot of retail trade hype on it right now, and that's pushing valuation. So be careful on Disney, even though I love the stock. I want a cheaper price, and now that it's reached that 200, I could see resistance selling off this zone. $500 AMC. What's the GME call from you guys? I think it was pretty high as well. Ken McConaughey, $4.99. Thanks so much, Ken. I'm not sure if you had a stock, but thank you very much for the donation there. Coming back through. If I miss one, just please let me know. That sells. Chuck Taylor, 500 yen. Thanks so much, Chuck. I see you in here all the time. Joining nightly from JP. I find Super Chat cheaper than commissions on free trades from good calls. Appreciated here. VYNE, 4-to-1 reversal split. VYNE. Vine Therapeutics. Some of these are pretty interesting stocks. So this is a... has it actually done? I'm not sure about the split, whether I'm updated here on the Vine, but it's come back into a very nice level of previous resistance acting as support. That makes sense. Down 4.17% pre-market to the 8. Where's the 8? Okay, so it's right on support into the open here. There's the 8. That's where it is. 4 hours, not going to tell us much. It's like catching a falling knife right now, which is not my favorite technique in trading. What would I like to see? Some form of structure, 850 acting as resistance, previous support resistance. Then it's going to have problems just before 9. And if you get through 9, I think it could have some really nice legs in it. This particular stock is dangerous because of its pumpy, dumpy nature. It's pharmaceutical, so that's probably why. Why is it down here? You're going to have to look at the fundamentals on this one as well because it's a pharmaceutical stock. Very important to look at the fundos. Thanks so much to the 2,070 viewers viewing this right now. If you're enjoying the stream, consider subscribing, but also give us a thumbs up, guys. It helps me out a lot. And I'd love today if we can get to our all-time records. We're very close right now, thanks to your support. I like this zone, but I don't like not enough structure, man. I want to see structure formation, ideally forming the base, breaking out, getting through this area, and then if it gets through there, hopefully back to the $10 and $11 ranges. Good luck on that one. ADA, we'll certainly look at that. Brian coming in with a $1.99 donation. Thanks so much. Looks like you did have a particular thing. AUPH. I'll have to make some of these pretty fast here. $1.99. Thanks, Brian. 1480. Supposedly a decent earnings. Going to have problems getting through this zone, Brian. It broke low, which means it's going to have problems. There's great support behind it, though. Look at that support through the 13. So you've got a great base here. You had that pump with the earnings. Went to 20. Went a few times. It's hit around the 1666 area. I think it could go quite easily into this 15 zone today. Probably find some selling resistance here. You clean through there. 16 seems very probable. And then 17. And then after 17, you're 20. Just about the zones. I do think you're going to have problems right here, though. So good luck with that today. Watch the zone. Be careful with it. It gets through the areas because the earnings, you believe, you can start to get confidence. And as we know in trading, if you have confidence in it, you can hold it. Like the AMC, like the GME. If you're confident in it, you know, DFE was confident. You saw his trial. What did he say? I like this stock, and he wasn't a cat or something. But overall, he had the confidence. And when you have the diamond hands, it means more than just diamond hands, I'm holding it. It means that you will hold through situations. That Tesla guy that's been buying it since it was $7 and holding it, he's better than me at holding, that's for sure. He held some pretty serious points. $15 there, Brian. Good luck on that one. $77, I believe a donation came in from you, Sandollar. Probably wanted me to look at the, is it SYPR or are you talking about a SPY? No, Cypress Solutions, $5. Thanks so much, Sandollar. This one, okay, 90% up yesterday. Wow. All right, that's good. But Sandollar, what was happening? So Sandollar, were you out here? Please tell me you were. 740 hit the resistance. I don't know what this is. Auto parts, OEM. I could see it quite easily filling the gap down. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to find support until $4 here, Sandollar. And then if it does find support there, it could bounce. I'm not sure why it bounced so high, if it's news or some kind of squeeze or something. $6 was the first resistance, and then the 760 zone. It went over it, but I like that. I would have been the hell out there, and I probably wouldn't touch this thing, but if it does come down, you're looking at where it should fill to. I guess it should fill down here. Bitcoin, let's have a quick look at this Bitcoin before we go into any other markets. Go down the 4 hour again. And, ooh, nice bounce. Nice 4 hour close, guys. Nice 4 hour close there. Putting the pressure back on this resistance. Remember, during this session, where do I want to see Bitcoin? I want to see it above 51,000 with a close on the 1 hour. We get that, and we can move forward in some serious movements here. Adrian Rack says, where can I learn TA like you? Look, we run a course, man, Adrian. We've got it at fxevolution.com. I've written it over the years. I've done this for 12 years. I've done currency, commodities, stocks, everything. So I like to think, I've got a bit of experience there. But you'll get better. Most people, you shouldn't actually put that much time into the charts. You don't have to. You just have to have good scanners. Just quickly scrolling through here. COS is killing it today. Oh, yeah, COS. That was another one that was on the pump special last time. Came down to 12. Look how high it got. 32.98 now. Oh, 92. COS went to 123. This one here, market capitalization is very small, which is why it could be affected so much. So it makes sense the pre-market's killing it even more because this is an easier one for them to squeeze. 140 million capitalization, even at the price down here probably. Volumes through the roof. And last time it got to that 99 kind of area. We might go through costs later. Jager Croft, Canadian $5. SCR Score Media Canada. As they just announced adding an IPO into the US market. Will that help the Canadian stock to rise? They just announced adding an IPO into... I don't understand how they're adding it. Are they adding another section of their business? Is that what they're doing? That's pretty strange. So if they're IPOing a piece of their business, I'm not sure if that isn't part of the stock, Jacob Crofts. I don't quite get it. If that's what it is, sure. You can message me on Discord on this one. I'm not too sure what I can say about that because I need to understand the business a little bit. $42 is resistance. You clear this level, man. It's looking good. You go back up to that 48 range. Oh, actually, you probably have a bit of problems before that. Probably around this 46-ish range, you'll have issues. So 42 into 46. There's good structure here. I'd love to see a clear above 42 for you. I'm not sure about that IPO though. I can't comment on that. Just message me and I'll go through it later. Scott Giofrida, $5. Congratulations on the growing success. Appreciate a look at PM Philip Morris. No worries, Scott. We can do that. This was actually a stock that I looked at some time ago. So I have no problems there. This was a good TA, by the way. Philip Morris. So it's been stuck in a holding range for some time, but it had some nice buying pressure on it recently in January. Notice here, this is why I looked at it, 80-ish bucks. It's good buying for a boomer stonk, I guess you would say. But thanks, Scott, and thank you for wishing us so much success. $5, very generous of you. Let's go through this one quickly. Philip Morris came back down. Let's take a fib of that just to prove some points. I don't know what it is, but pretty sure it's in my zone and area. 38.2 fib back into the resistances and supports and the 20 moving average. That's good. Earnings report probably pushed it through there. Now we're testing the multi-year resistances, and this is not going to be easy to break. This 89.90 zone has been incredibly tough for PM, the stock, to get through. And I do believe, again, it's going to be that point of resistance. For me, the way I deal with this is, let's say I like the stock, but I'm also trading it at the same time and not necessarily just long holding it forever. When it gets to this 90, I'm not going to be foolish and think that it's going to easily break it. It didn't in the past for multiple years. So I would take some off the table here, scale out, profit. Technically, that's all the types of things I do. If it gets through there though, and it will no doubt come and retest it, where does it go? Back to the 100 most likely, or at least the 90 over here. Oh, sorry, yeah, the 95. So I think it could go to the 100. So you're not most likely going to miss the opportunity to get back in on a boomer stock. It generally will go to the resistance. It will break through the resistance or fail there like it's done before. And if it does break through, it will test from the top down before the next movement up. So that's my thoughts on Philip Morris. Thanks so much there. AMC has been done, but I know you guys want me to keep doing it. I know it keeps you excited for the day, so we'll keep doing that. We had some donations to go through. So back over to the pre-market. Pre-market, positive stocks. Moderna, UPS, Johnson & Johnson, pretty boring here on the positives. Back end, Teladoc, bad earnings, well, semi-bad earnings report. Tesla now down 3.57, 715. So it's shorting off again into the pre-market. Will it get retail bought, or will ARK come in to save it again? They probably pushed a bit of the guns the other day on that one. Nvidia 2.75 down. I think it also did earnings. I didn't read that one yet. But with the Teladoc, we'll hopefully be able to clear it off later. If we can't, we can't. GameStop 48% up here at 135. I would like to see a 140 plus hold in the pre-market, but it's all about that first half an hour of sentiment. If you're trading through today, even if you're going to other streams or whatever else you're doing, remember this from me, and that is that the first 30 minutes of trade generally in these squeezes is incredibly important to sentiment. If it is bullish in the first 30 minutes, then you will have that movement through. If it is bearish in the 30 minutes, it could be over quite quickly. And that's just what I've seen throughout this squeeze. It's all about retail sentiment for Robinhood and retail investors. AMC holding 10.89 above 10. I want to see it open above 10 ideally for you guys, and all of the main weed stocks pulling back now a little bit. Sundial was up 12%, now 5.52 in the pre-market. Donation coming in here from Tink Funkle, $4.99. Thanks so much. I'm not sure, Tink Funkle, if you had a stock, but I do appreciate the donation. Very, very good. Let's have a look at Tesla now. We haven't even done it yet. Tesla. We did call this as a community, didn't we, guys? We did pick the first bad structure for Tesla in some time. That was up here throughout the range We basically had an area where Tesla was finding a breathing zone. It had moved quickly. It then got everything catching up with it, broke through and gave us our bearish candle, and then it was on. Now, yesterday, some interesting things did occur in terms of some strength. We go to the 1 hour here. Now, for the first time in this decline, we managed to close above the 20 moving average. And that is actually a fairly bullish thing. The problem is that this market doesn't care about this particular TA right now, this particular one. It cares about structure and sentiment, but because of the bullish movement off that flash crash, it's more reliant on what the S&P and what the Nasdaq is doing. So I'm using the Nasdaq and the S&P to tell me more about these stocks, and I'm looking for key supports and resistances instead on all of these hypergrowth stocks to find out where the buy zones are. We'll look at net, and I'll show you what I did the other day with it. So 742 on the close, interesting area. We're coming in a 716 pre-market. What happens if we keep going down? Let's go to 15 minute. Okay, twice now we've held the little 15 minute 20. So that's a 1 and a 2. Today we're going to close under, we're going to open underneath that. And if we don't quickly reverse, we may close underneath that. I believe that brings negative sentiment back into the market, back to the 700. And with Tesla, the round numbers are always where the buying pressure generally begins. So 700, if we clear below that and close below, it's going to open floodgates of shorting, and that shorting is going to go down to 650 probably pretty quickly. So I would be a bit bearish on Tesla today if it can't hold up and find instant bullish pressure. If it fails, back to the 700. If it closes under the 700 where all the lines are going to be, we could be going to a 650. It's a hard TA today for Tesla. It was much easier when we had structure, but because of the aggressiveness of the move down, guys, look at this. Oh, that was fast. Very fast. ARK bought it up, helped sentiment. Today, it's going to need the market to tell it what to do. Look at this S&P 500. For the session, starting to find weakness. 3,900, though, acts as the critical resistance, critical support before. So it's all about 3,900 for the SPY. Look at this. This is a 15-minute chart. I get desperate when you go to the 15-minute chart do analysis. That's not good. But when you do the 15-minute analysis, you go through this line, you just know 3,900. The market's probably going to instantly dump into here, if not open around 3,900. And if it doesn't find bullish pressure here and it closes back under 3860, I'm serious about that. I could feel some 3860 action coming for the SP. It's at 3910 right now. A close below 3,900 on any significant time frame should bring shorting pressure into the market. But if it bounces off here, things are all good. Things are all good. A couple of donations coming in. Yes, I see Square. We'll do Square. Don't worry. Sanjeev Jagtiana. I probably butchered your name, but thank you so much. $4.99. Please look at CRM and NK. I have at 218 and 1744 respectively. So I like CRM a lot, and I think you're okay in this stock, and things are looking okay still. So we bounced down to 232. Now you've got it 218, but there was quite a lot of buying pressure off the 230. Let's go to the 1 day and have a look at this. Why is there buying pressure there, you ask me, say? Resistances becoming support. This is actually a zone that I've been bullish on for quite some time. And the reason was when it found this base, there was some good volume coming through into the close. There's good volume here and nice bounce wicks. So I think that even if the market goes bad, CRM has good holding potential around the 230. If it doesn't, yeah, you might get down to the 220 or the 210, but it's not going to move a crazy hyper percentage. What's your payoff here though? 250, sure, it hit it, but for me, the payoff is probably around the 270. Previous resistances over here. I think there's a decent amount of payoff on CRM. So quite nice positioning. I like the wicks. What's the wick tell us about buying pressure? The wick tells us, guys, that this area here is where the buying's at. There's buying pressure once shown by the wick. That means they can't wait to get in. They buy, 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 buy. They buy again, buy, 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 buy. We're only at a 237 on today's open. So as long as it holds the 230, you're fine there, Sanjeev. Good luck with that one. Let's have a look at NK. Don't know this thing at all. It's had a big move up, hyper extended. You can see that straight away on the daily. Let's get a bit of an idea whether this was a previous resistance. It was. It overextended past that. It is a health technology biotech, well known for extending and then dumping back down. Oh, I mean, daily, at least back to the 28, 29 level, probably around 29, you would think. Take a fib of the move here again. Get the fib through. 38.2 fibs around this ever. So I think this should be where it hopefully holds for you. But this is a high move. I'd be wanting it to be fundamentally backed for it to hold here. Market capitalization, 3.5 billion. So it's pretty large. Junji, $2 says, what's your take on NVOS? I have 26 shares at 861. Thanks so much for the donation. Did someone say there's a hold here on Tesla price now linked to BTC, says Delphine? To a degree, yes. If BTC, but BTC is not failing right now. So Tesla going down in the pre-market, I don't think it's necessarily doing that. Sulfuric says, lol, I'm glad I was right about the bottom of Tesla being the same as the previous 30% drop from the top. That's good. Sulfuric, that is a good analysis of a percentage trend. You're doing some TA there. I like that one. Tesla temporary halt on Model 3, just a guy says. Can anyone confirm that? Is Tesla halting the Model 3? Tesla is ugly, someone else says. All right. Well, I don't personally want to own a Tesla myself, but okay, in the room here, what's your next car that you're going to buy? Tell us right now. I want to know. I'm interested. I've got a boring car that you guys would not be impressed with, but that's because you put more money into the market. Yeah, you don't necessarily have to have the shiniest Lambo. What's the next car you guys are looking at? Give it to me now. Let's see how many Teslas are in the room or anything else, Neos or Nicolas or whatever. NVOS was a clear pump problem. 151 million, huge volume coming through here out of nowhere with very little trade. See how it's sporadic? If this is the stock, this is sporadic. I don't have much faith in this one. It looks like it was probably a retail pump and dump. That may be all it is. Maybe it was news, but there's so thin lines here. The volume was puny and then all of a sudden came out. I don't like it, Junji. I'm sorry. At 861, look, you might get out with a bump. I mean, today it's going to 710 at the pre-market. Maybe it goes back up because it had that hype in it, but I don't particularly like this one. AMC looking bully, Morningstar Doji. We'll take a look at that. Yes, we're using Webull. We're using FinViz. People want the Cybertruck. Ford Raptor. That's not a bad car. Ken McConaughey, $4.99. Your thoughts on CCL and DS? I'm in at $25.90 and $22.66. CCL, Carnival. Haven't looked at this one in a while. Yeah, it's a good breakout. I actually don't know if I like this stock that much, but it is a breakout and there is, of course, a lot of room in it. So if it can hold through, where's the next technical level? 40. So 27 into 40. Hey, it makes sense. It's a nice close story going on right now. Let's have a look at the daily here for Carnival. Yes. Significant pullback happened. Very nice. 23 was a great reload zone. You got 25.90. So you either took it on the close or you took it somewhere through the pullback. Look, I don't mind it at all. The problem is there's so much gapping in here that if this is for the next move, back to 40, hey, can you hold it for long enough? Good volume coming through here on the break. That's nice to see. I like the break. I mean, if you showed me this in any technical, I would say, yes, it's accumulated since some time and now it's ready to fill the range. But it is Carnival and I know a little bit more about the fundos. But that being said, 40 is the range, man. There's nothing stopping it till then. Look, even this noise here, I don't know if it's going to care about that, but you know, you're looking at a 32 there and then I don't know if I don't think that one matters. So maybe a 32 and then a 40. Possibly it stops at 30, but I don't think so because it's already hit. Yeah, I don't think so. 29. Oh, it's so long ago, this data. I think more likely 40. Good luck on that one. DS, Drive, Shake. Thanks so much to the 2,110 people joining us right now. Really appreciate it, guys. If you're enjoying the stream, enjoying the TA, please definitely subscribe if you want to. We do this all the time. We do the market live analysis, so we do enjoy having you here. $3 is resistance. It's gotten through there a few times and actually held daily closes, it looks like. Yeah, it has. So if it's held those daily close, ooh, that's a nasty one. Oh. Hate that candle a lot. If you're in it for the bull run here and you believe in it, then 3 is going to be a problem, but 354 is really, really touch and go. Look at the paper hands here on the left-hand side. So papery. They let it go, and it was not beautiful. So I don't like that rejection there very much. It did bull off the previous support. That's nice. Pre-270, so it's trading around here. Clean the 3, go to the 350. I think I'd be out at that point just because previously it sold off so aggressively. People are going to look at this candle and they're going to think, take profit again, get the hell out. Thanks very much for the donation there, Ken. So people said Cybertruck, can't drive. JZ5U said Toyota from RVA, Lamborghini, Lexus, Doji. You want a Doji car, Model Y, Lexus, Tesla. So a lot of people with Lexus and Tesla, Apple car. I'm with you. Let's get the Apple car. I'm going to buy that. Not that there is one, but maybe there will be. I think we're all caught up here in donations. If I missed one, Dave, can you just message me? If I missed anything, I've got the Discord open just in case. Let's continue to go through what you guys want. So what is going on? Doji is sitting in an area. Let's have a look at the Doji coin. Is it really sitting in a good area? Oh, I didn't want that one. Doji. Of course, Elon Musk grabbing this one yesterday and pumping it up. Looks like a lot of strange trade around here. 0.06 finding heavy resistance. No body closure actually on the 4 hour above this zone. Let's have a look at the 1 hour. Yeah, it's really struggling around that 0.06. So it is coiling and it's looking to potentially move above the 0.06. However, if it can't get above the 0.06, it could also degrade by getting underneath these previous little buy zones. So what I would do with Doji, I don't like the coin. I've told you guys that a few times. I find it a bit scary, but that's all right. 0.06, buy through that 0.065. That's your profit. You would take it off based on all these wicks previously. And you get back through this support, I think you're going back down to 0.045. So 2 zones that I would have on my Doji, and in between here is all looking mostly to the bull side. You'd be more biased towards the bull. Big donation coming in here from Jay Lim. Thanks so much, $20. Great analysis, Tom. Can we please look at MSTR? What are your thoughts on holding the stocks and longer term options? March has been weaker months historically, important, but this year on cryptocurrency is different. Thoughts? I don't necessarily think March is going to be different, Jay Lim. I do think that, yes, you're correct. March is generally the weaker months for cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin. I'm not sure if it's different this time round. We have had a hyper extended. Oh, Bitcoin's moving, by the way. Bitcoin is moving. We're 5 minutes off. We have to watch that. So we'll go back over and check it in just a few moments. Bitcoin, 51,400 right now, guys. Getting through that resistance break we talked about just before. So MSTR here. I assume you're talking about the crypto coin. Okay. Just make sure, Jay Lim, text me and make sure on this one. 4 hours. Okay. Well, came back to a nice zone. That's good. Right in that correct area. It's going to struggle with the 900 area because it's previous support, which could act as resistance of 50 as well, that it's found some resistance at. So a movement to 900 seems possible here, Jalen. If we come back down, I'd like to see this level hold again and find the support. Maybe the 1300 is over for now. That was pretty hyperextended. So I could see it trickling through this zone. Look to Bitcoin to give you direction. And then, of course, for this type of thing to move after. So the 900 through to the 1000. And 1000 to be definitely a point of resistance that I would pay a lot of attention to. Bitcoin will be the key here, and do the analysis on that one, J-Lim. Feel free to send me another one. Thanks for the massive donation there, mate. Another $20 coming in from Jams310. Thanks so much, Jams. GME versus AMC. Have 10K to play with. Is it too late for some GME profits, or would you concentrate on AMC? Look, I can't give you advice, Jams. I know you've done a very nice donation there. From a perspective of how I would look at it, I'd go, okay, GME is the poster child, yeah? It's always going to be the most popular one. However, the price is sitting at 6.396 billion. It probably is higher when it opens. Now, AMC, on the other hand, is sitting at a 3.4 billion. So it's much easier for AMC to move. Last time we saw a movement of AMC held a better base. AMC is also opening up its cinemas. And go to the weekly here and think about where it's been in the past. You know, in the past, in 2016, it was a $35 business. In 2018, it went to $20. In 2019, it was sitting around $12. So if it opens at a 1035, let's say GME starts running, AMC moves in synchronization, but it often is slower to move than GME. GME leads, AMC follows, and then has the higher percentage. It's actually easier to technically squeeze AMC as well from the perspective of the size and how many lines you need to go through. You've got a lot of bag holders here, like Vanguard, BlackRock, etc., that have to hold the stock, and they are big positions. So I do think that's a pretty important thing to consider. Yeah, so AMC, it makes some sense, but when you're thinking about what to do, remember it is a gamble and you must be incredibly careful with your money, and you've got to make an informed decision about what you feel has the better percentage to the next technical resistance or technical support. So here we have a $10 or $9.80 kind of resistance. Go to the 15-minute for anyone that missed it before. We went through the numbers here. Why did we pick that $9.70, 87 kind of area? Because previous resistance acted as resistance again yesterday. We're getting a $10. Where's the next gap fill zone? 12 on AMC. So AMC is all about the 12, all about this 980 hold, $10 hold. Pre-market 1035 right now. Thanks so much for the donation there. Okay, so I did have one here from Tink Funkel. If you're still there, sorry I missed this one. It was underneath the super chat. Is there any chance the S&P 500 closes the week below 3,800? What do you think? Yeah, there is always a chance that it closes below that. So what you're saying, let's have a look at the SPX here. Always important to look at the SPX. Remember, the squeeze can continue even if the market goes down. So here is the 3,800. Here's the 50 exponential. 50 exponential was reached. 50 exponential was almost tapped and found buying pressure. Is there a chance? There's always a chance it could get down here. Papa Powell, the nasty printing press Papa Powell, has kept the market up and kept it strong. But we move back down underneath this zone and close below it. Yes, it's on, and the fireworks begin to 37 and 36 because you're breaking through what was incredible bullish sentiment. I think that if you do move down to this zone again, though, buying pressure will ensue almost immediately unless it's flash crashing. Unless it's flash crashing. Yeah, but that'd be the only choice. Big pump on Bitcoin. I want to look. We missed the hour close. Sorry, guys. 1 minute here. Hour closed. Very, very nice. We've got some coins moving here. Whoops. Almost knocked over my glass. 1656 on Ethereum. Bitcoin moving the best. 4%. Close above all previous wicks and body closes. This is a signal to at least hit the 52 and then possibly now move towards the 55 where we had the previous resistance on that last flash movement. Now, why is Bitcoin moving up here? It did what it usually does. It took the distance, and the distance was effectively over 20%. So you see from the top to the low here, 23%. A standard Bitcoin dump is around 20 to 30%. So 20%, very healthy for Bitcoin, even though it seems insane. but it's a nice move. And yeah, I like that break a lot. We'll continue to watch this throughout the session. Michael Hananan says $5. Thanks so much. FXE Evo to the moon. Thanks so much, man. Thoughts on Mara? Yes, we'll go check that out. Thoughts on Mara. So I do assume this is a Nasdaq stock that you're looking at here. Marathon Patent Group. Ooh, nice buying at 27, man. If that's where you were. We had this one before, I believe. We've talked about it. Previous resistance acted as support, instantly bounced off. Let's go to the 4 hour. Okay. Ooh, all right. So it's hit the 50. What's the market capitalization here? 3.137 billion. Okay. 3.137 billion. Lots of wick rejections around here, which was a great signal towards buying pressure. Today it's up 8.2% at 36. Ooh, you get through that little wick there as well. Then you're starting to push towards the 40 barrier. I think you will have some problems at 40, just looking at this chart. Let's go to the 1 hour. Yeah, I think 40 will be a problem. Resistance, 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 50 exponential. But where it's opening right now, maybe it pumps into the 40, finds some resistance, and then sells back to the 36, finds previous resistance support as pressure, and maybe goes back to the 40 to put the test on it. But I like what it's doing. I like the buying pressure here, and 40 seems very possible there, Michael. Thanks so much for the donation. We've got a question coming in here. Arthur Fleck, $5 Canadian. Thanks. Any thoughts on Cardano ADA? I'm sure a lot of people are going to be happy with you on this one. We can go and look at Cardano now. Bitcoin, 51,848 right now, up 4.2%. No movement really on the other ETH though. ETH's only 1664. Let's get the ADA. We won't use the Kraken data because it's crap. We will go with this one here. So ADA, been a strong coin recently. Lots of nice buying. Let's firstly go to the daily here to go through it, Arthur. I liked the daily, and I said this yesterday in the stream, and I'll continue. Buying pressure here has been extreme. Buying pressure means lots of retail traders like you or me out there buying, saying we like this, we don't like this stock, but we like this coin, and we're moving up. 110 is going to be a struggle point for Cardano, and same with 120, as that was the previous kind of resistance from years ago. 110 is what I'm looking at right now. With this movement in Bitcoin, if it can hold up, I wouldn't be surprised at all for it to go to 110. Here in the 4 hour, 115 was the struggle point. So every 0.05, you're probably going to want to have a line on the chart and look at it. But what tells me that there's bullish intentions here is more this. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, bullish hammer, lots of wicks, first time close through. It's very similar to the BTC chart we looked before. It's all about those higher lows, which is effectively a trend line. Things are looking good here for Cardano and the stronger altcoins. If you go over to the altcoin market, let's have a look how big the market cap is now. Market capitalization size, is that right? 1.53. Okay, so it's actually dropped and money's going back into Bitcoin at this stage. Then what happens is it flows through the other coins. So Polkadot also could be moving up. XRP, you can't help that thing at the moment. Can't take a trick because of the SEC stuff. Litecoin really is one of the slower coins to pick back up. Uniswap's been very strong recently. Stellar and others seem to move with their own stuff. So I'm looking more at these top ones. Cardano and Polkadot have shown a lot more bullish intention than even Ethereum in these pullbacks. Ethereum's been strong around 1450, but it's not been that good other than the 1450. It's been hovering for some time as people move more into Cardano, arguably a competitor, and Polkadot as well. Is AMC still the move for today or nah, says Hood Mario. It's certainly an interesting point, yeah. AMC has the higher percentage gain on it, which is easier to get. GME is to the moon and back, and if it gets through that 200, I could see it really shooting up very, very fast. Depends on also what Robinhood does. Remember last time, Robinhood limited us, the retail traders, from even trading. We couldn't even do it. They ruined it. It sucked. Thanks so much for the 2,200 people joining us for this pre-market. We are less than an hour and a half away from what is going to be a monumental open. I'm going to be very excited for the first 30 minutes. It's going to be awesome. 148 here on GameStop pre-market. 1027 on AMC. Expect if GameStop starts the run, of course, AMC will usually follow it. That's what's been happening. These are gambles. Be careful, be careful, be careful. They could drop 60, 70% in only like that. You know they can. It's happened before. Sundial back to a 6.9 in the pre-market. Nokia a 5.6. BlackBerry 5. All of those stocks. We also need to add costs here because costs is another one. We'll put in the speculation watch list because cost is another one that's been running very heavily. That is the smaller market capitalization stock. So you notice 81%. These are all very dangerous. Off the back of 54, cost 82. Nice spot there before. Stock Harvest coming in with a $5 donation. Vuzi, I own April 20 calls. TA for the max gain. All right, well, we'll have a look there on Vuzi for you, Stock Harvest. Thanks so much for the $5. Robinhood has posted a message that orders may be limited on GME, coming in from Chris Dumas. Thank you so much. Tahil says, do Tom a favor and hit the like button. Thanks so much. I'm hoping you guys are. Square and also that question mark for Vuzi. All right, well, let's do Vuzi. Just quickly back over to BTC for a second. I'm just seeing that's looking still nice. Let's go the 1 hour here. All right, so it hit just under the 52. Oh, come on, let's clear that 52. Give it your power. Give it the 8 power. Or moon. We need rocket moons all the way through. Okay, Vuzi coming on up. Knock and BB, yeah, but I think this one may be less across the board as it was last time. Last time there was way more interest. There's a lot of interest here, but it will never crescendo like it was last time. I had people that don't even know what a stock is calling me, hey, Tom, I heard about this stock, GameStop, I think it is. What is that? Is it good? They didn't know what it was at all. They had no idea, and they were calling me. So if they're calling me, you know it's through everybody, those types of people. 1992 here for Vuzi. Let's get the lie of the land. You have $20 calls, it sounds like. It's moved heavily. For 1 billion market cap. Not sure why it's moved up so much. I assume some kind of fundamental or squeezy thing. Long leg doji forming on the weekly. Okay. Daily, up, down, all around. At least you had some buying pressure come back into it. So the strong buying pressure around 15, 20 acting as resistance. So every $5 is going to be a struggle for you on this stock. Notice the 10 as well. So it must have a lot of retail traders in it. Yes, retail traders everywhere in this one. Yeah, just under 25. So it's trading like a retail trader would. You ever clear this price, you'll go to 30 as soon as you close above that because every $5 chunk has been bought and sold. I like the 20 moving average moving behind. It found pressure buying there. If it does move down, that's where it's at. It's incredibly hard to read here because it's right at resistance. So into today, it's sitting on resistance. If it gets a move and a close above the 20, which it hasn't really ever done, because remember that's a shooting star rejection pin, then you move into the 25. Then you move into the 25. Good luck with the Vuzi. Good luck. Europe. Rubles, 179 rubles. Please check out COTY. Okay, let's have a look at the COTY. Okay. 0.73 up pre-market. It's basically a flag. That went a little weekly. Yeah, that should be shooting off a lot faster. So the way I look at this is a flag. I haven't seen many of these types of flags, but it's acting correctly. It's just a little bit weaker than normal. How you tell a good flag, guys, fib retrace the pole into the flag. You don't want it to get past the 38.2 into the 50. So it can kind of like spike into the 50, but hold that 38.2. I've traded a lot of flags, and I hate it if they're flag. Let's say the flag's down here. if I like put that out the front of my house right now and landed and said I'm on the moon or whatever, because, you know, I made so much in GME, the thing about that, it wouldn't even be waving, wouldn't even be telling everybody else that I made so much money. The problem with it, it's too long on the way down. So try to get a pullback back to the 38.2 or no more. And usually there'll be a moving average there that it can pick off. So I like this from a flag perspective. See if it proofs. So I always talk about proofing on this channel. You take the pole length, you extrapolate out that pole length. It does proof to the 12. That's a good sign as well. The weekly is well considered. Bullish, bearish, back in, instantly bullish, cracked a new high. If this holds, and I hope it does for you, it could move on to the 12. I don't know what this is in terms of if it's a good company or not. I don't personally trade it, but everything's proofing towards a 12. 10 is also going to be an issue just because it's 10. Previous supports, so it may act as resistance, but 12 could be in your sights there. Got a new member joining us. Welcome to the Diamond Hands. That's Jen Marie. Thanks so much. You'll get a link after you join, and please message me in Discord for that one. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks very much, Jen. Also, I'll just put this in. If anyone wants to join our public Discord community, I'll chuck this in there. Come and join us. There we go. I just pinned that to the thing. It's a new company. So it's not this one. Maybe, new companies and they took the code over. All right. If that's what they did, then yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Bitcoin still 51,800. Little bit of movement through some of the coins now. XRP's been all over the place. Look how dodgy this coin's been. Up, down, all around in the weekly. Check this out. Daily. Just hovering around where it should next explode to. But it's just not been the strongest, has it? Bitcoin to 38, Bloodbath McGrath says. Is that because you got Bloodbath in your name, Bloodbath McGrath? AMC, we'll do some numbers on it here. For everyone that's joining us, we will go over these throughout the stock market day. Let's actually start with GME. So GME here is a 144. We've got our price action line set up. We've done it today already. We've got 158 on the previous wick rejections. So that means that if we open at a 144, guys, where are we going to move to next? Most likely up to the 158. Sapphire H says, awful, I hate the XRP. I'm sure many people that have held it for years, especially if they put all their money in that one, would hate it compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum. And that's why it's worthwhile sometimes diversifying, yeah? 158 resistance, 147 pre-market. If we open here, we don't have limitations set on it from everybody else. I noticed when I logged into some of the brokers this morning, they were sending me limitations. So it may be there, it may stop and hinder the move. 158 resistance, we clear 158 resistance, 200, just because that's where it was pre-market. It's a psychological zone. 91 completely cleared. If we end up moving down through the day, probably the 100, but more likely this 90, 91, 92 zone will act as buying pressure, and it's going to be fast and aggressive each way. Remember, it probably will freeze today. With the move that's going to be so sharp either way, it's going to have that 5-minute kind of breather and then come back. Close through 200. Wow, that is going to be huge. Maybe the 250 previous supports act as resistance, but I could really see a huge, incredible bullish move come through then. We know the lines just got completely wiped out and it went to like a 350, 400 pretty quickly. This is called the danger zone. You want to talk about something in a fire and you need to be careful, be incredibly careful here. Very, very, very careful. So 158 is the first resistance target break. I'd like to see at least a 15-minute to 1 hour close above that zone. New member coming in here, Smart Mac. Thanks so much. Welcome to the Stonk Squad. Welcome, and hopefully you enjoy your time here. Excellent. Ray Davis says, good morning, everyone. Let's go big green today. Big green on these stocks. Yes, I think if these stocks go big too, we could have movement down through the markets. Joshua Riley says Workhorse. I'm not going to look too much at Workhorse, Joshua, just because I'll load it up just to show people, unfortunately, what can happen when things go wrong in a SPAC. So here's Workhorse. all the way around. There was a lot of hype. It crescendoed at the 42. They lost the deal, and it's still trading. I don't really know how it's doing this. Did they lose the deal completely? But it is finding some support here. I find this incredibly dangerous. Do your diligence before getting into this game. SPACs are new. I didn't even know what they were for a period of time there. So SPACs are pretty scary. Square coming in. Yes, I said I'd do Square. So Square, we've got every 20 bucks on the line. 0.8 in the pre-market. Buying pressure off yesterday, the 232, again off the 231. I feel that Square and PayPal, like no other stocks out there, are limited by the fact that they trade with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin crashes, Square will also decline because the movement up here was led by feverish kind of Bitcoin traders coming through and saying, yes, 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 this is the way of the future, and they're going to accept it. Now, Square's also really brought themselves together like Tesla has with Bitcoin by being public about purchasing it. So I like this 240 level. It's actually underneath that right now. It looks like it's going to open at 239.38. But as long as it continues to try to hold around this zone in the structure area, it looks good. If it closes underneath these wicks, and I am going to set an alert personally myself for this, then I think we go to 220. And I don't even think 220 is that strong. So I could see it go back all the way down to 200. Now at 200, am I interested in the stock? Maybe. So pretty good levels. So every $20 has been good. 240 into the 260 into the 280, busts under the 260, instantly comes back down to the 240, and now that we're hovering around this zone, very clearly 220 becomes open, but I don't even think 220 is a thing. If anything, it might even be just 210. 210, 200, that's where my alerts are, and I've got alerts under the 231 for break closes. As break closes under there, very, very significant levels. VIX coming into today, up 6.94% at a 22.8. We're still looking at above the 24 as a key zone or area that we want to be going through. That's going to be the main crux. It looks like we've got another member coming in here as well. Whoa, Smart Mac, you upgraded. That's the first upgrade I've ever had. Smart Mac upgrading membership to the Diamond Hands. Thanks so much, Smart Mac. Appreciate it, man. I'm just going to take quick water, guys. I need the water. I talk a lot. Oh, man. 3909 S&P 500. This is an exciting day. You guys pumped? I'm pumped. In fact, I'm going to take a quick water break, but I'm going to play you guys a video for the day. I think it's time. We're just over 1 hour into the morning, and I think this video for first-time viewers is going to excite you because we're about to go to the moon, yeah? And when we go to the moon, we need a rocket ship. Let's do it. Think we're getting ready. I'm feeling pumped. So US 500, I expect this to come and test from the top down into the 3900 zone, and this to be somewhere around where we open and we find that support. You guys enjoy that one? I always enjoy that one. I got to get some new ones. I got to get some laser eyes on the back. I love this, says Bryce. Yep, I thought you guys would like that one. Stonks, stonks, stonks. Got to pump it up. Intro doesn't get old. It doesn't for me. I mean, I cut it, and I'm like the worst graphics designer ever, as you can see. But the way we were doing it, I was just like, you know what's perfect in its ugly form. I enjoyed it a lot. Let's now have a look at some other stuff. The volume of your voice is so much lower than the volume of that music, probably. I think I turned down my my voice actually. Did something just happen? No, it's still working. Is the stream still working, guys? Just let me know. Looks like I've got some kind of issue with it. Is it still working? Ah, Vuzi. Okay, so I've got here why Vuzi's moving. Looks like a member sent me this. Looks like Vuzi is moving because ARK is buying it. So ARK is buying this one. Interesting for the third day right now, Kathy and ARK Invest is buying into Vuzi. Now over 800,000 shares in ARKQ. So that's this one. I don't even know what that is. Smart sunglasses. Didn't Google try that a few years ago? Didn't really work out for them. Smart sunglasses. All right. US 100, 13,172. It's working? Perfect. Thanks, guys. I'd just come up with some crazy error then. Are we actually shooting? Maybe we're not in 1080p anymore. I'm not sure. 13,171. Interesting Nasdaq open. Will it go lower? I'm cool with some fire sale stocks. I wouldn't mind that. Let's look at this pre-market though. 82% for cost. The smaller of the short squeezes was the one that kind of went arguably some of the best percentage last time. Then we've got GameStop holding a 146. Excellent to see it back up. Some limitations coming in here from Robinhood and other brokers. Please let us know. Do you guys have limitations on your broker? What broker are you trading with? Have they given you an alert today? Let's see in the room right now. I want to know if you're getting an alert where they're stopping us from being able to trade. $10.28, 13% for AMC. Nokia, 427. Sundial, 150 up. Oh, sorry, 153. Price, 552. So weed stocks, all of that kind of moving. The other side, Ocugen, some of the other ones we've had in the past, not doing so well. Let's go to the general pre-market screener. We're just over an hour away here. Moderna still in the lead. Boomer stocks all over the place here, up. Square actually now up 1%. On the back end side, Teladoc down 6.31. Again, the earnings report out there. Nvidia earnings report out there as well. Tesla 3.27 to a 717. Enphase Energy probably hyperextended, so that's why it goes down. Okay, here's some alerts here. Nothing at all. No limitations. TD Ameritrade. TD Ameritrade have been good. Yes, Robinhood limitations. Latifa. Nothing from Futu Bull. Fidelity, no alert. No limits. TD all good. Only Robinhood. Evil Robinhood, yes. Some of the brokers in Australia have banned it. I can say that. Latifa says leaving Robinhood after close position. Hey, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. The thing with these guys, like Robinhood might have free brokerage, yeah? But when you become a trader, like let's say you invest and you hold a position, it's nice to have free brokerage and you hold it in there and everything. And I understand that. But when you want to trade, it's not a great platform for that. Travels with Giggle says Robinhood sucks. It can suck. Apple going for EVs before glasses. Apple certainly will have a go, I think, there. Hi, Tom. Any thoughts on DK? Oh, yeah, we'll do that one. You asked so many times. DraftKings is a request we often get. So, all right. So, yesterday, we got down to a 52. Is that right? Let's have a look at the daily here. All right. So, that was the zone that we thought would buy off. We had that there. So, the 55 did get bought off. It actually went a bit lower, though. Oh, looks like it hit the trend line. So, I think that's a fair trend line to draw. No, didn't. Bugger. Bugger, didn't get through. All right. Yes, I like it. Series of higher lows. Nice buy, Wix. There's clearly demand here for DK. Look, you're dealing with this resistance. This is the problem for you. You've got good buying pressure at 55. You've got struggling pressure at 65. And then you break through 65, 70, 80. Every $5 increment's going to be important. And DraftKings technically does go through all those areas. I would actually still have this trend line going through just in case in the future, but it's stuck in the middle of a zone. Nice candle yesterday, man. If it continues to move up, 65. Johnny Bravo coming in here. Hello, everyone. Hey, Johnny, what's up, man? Hitty, heavily shorted penny stock. Hitty. What is Hitty? High Tide. Oh, yeah, we've done this one. Heavily shorted penny stock. How big is this thing market capitalization wise? 365 million. So it's not that big. Not that big. Ah, well. Ah, well with the Hitty. Want to just show new members and people that have come around for the first time what some really good TA looks like. This was net the other day, why you could probably have picked the bottom. We were doing this live. This is wick purchasing through the $71. You can see that every time it's come to this price, it's found bullish projections and bullish movements. When it's bounced through this zone, this is such an important area for us, guys. If it happens like this and you get the wick rejection, what's it telling us about the market movement? Sorry, let me just quickly check this. Oh, okay. That's somebody else just messaging me about tonight's stream. But when we get through these wick rejections, this particular thing is showing us bullish accumulation at the zone. Volume coming back through here as well. Volume coming back through, volume, etc. So when that happens, I like it a lot. It's at the bottom of support. It shows that this is strong. Now, if it comes down again today to this level and doesn't hold and it gets through and closes below, that's going to be super bearish. But for now, lots of strength coming off the zone. It's very nice. And that's a hyper stock in itself. What platform are we using? We're using TradingView here. Goring Game, probably the best TA platform out there. Probably the best one out there. Tilray again. Let's have a quick look here. Only up 0.86 now. AMC holding a 14.63. 1 hour away from market open. That's all we are now. $10 plus is good. We asked the room before what people think about AMC. A lot of 12s and 16s today. People with the diamond hands there. 154 pre-market on GME. Excellent to see.
I'll take your entire stock.
Where is my chart that I had before? I don't even know why I've lost it. Sorry guys, I'm just going through here. By the way, if you don't have this trend line written on your SPX, when you're doing analysis for the market, SPX is the key. Lots of resistances, beautiful resistances. Even if we keep moving up in the market towards 4,000, let's say we extrapolate that out, it's going to meet it at the same time. Hey, it's been resistance every other time. It's a good level. Tesla coming in at 7 to 18. We correctly called it would move down. I never thought it would go to 617. I thought 650, 700, and that was because we took the range, we extrapolated that out after it broke under. All EV stocks did this, and then it moved down to 700, and of course 650 very, very quickly. Donation coming in here from Thomas Donegan. Thanks so much. Canadian $2. What do you expect silver to do when it hits $30? So I expect... Oh, that's a good question, Thomas. That's a good question. Let's go through here. Silver, silver, silver. Scroll through past history of the $30 problem. Scroll through all of history for the $30 problem. So here's the original, you would actually call it the official original squeeze. So we broke through 30 there, it wasn't even really a thing, and it just went all the way to 50. Okay, that's where it stopped. Now in 2011, it went to the 50. So you know if this 49.50 zone is really, really tough. Around the 30 bucks, it found this resistance and had some squeezing or shorting pressure through it. And then when it broke through for the first time, it was explosive. Now, it didn't even stop. It just went all the way. Similar to what it had done back all those years ago where it went crazy. This time round, I think it's being heavily manipulated to the downside round here. You'll notice several times when it gets up there, it just gets squeezed down. So I think, again, it's going to hit 30, get squeezed down, and then hopefully this time the momentum is strong enough for them not to be able to squeeze it through, and then we push through that zone. And I think it'll be explosive. Every $5 increment is something I'm going to look at, and probably nothing else. Just every $5 increment, 35, 40, and I would be watching moving averages as it goes up. And what I mean by that is, let's say this moving average here, we like the weekly, I'd be following it by that, or following it by the daily, or following it by whatever moving average it's doing as it breaks through. That's the key there for the silver squeeze. Good luck on that one, Thomas. Hot Rod G says, cost $19.25 yesterday. Best buy in weeks. Let's go. Love your shows, bro. Thanks so much, Hot Rod. Yes, cost was probably the smarter one of these picks. It's holding an 85%, and most of this is just because it's puny market capitalization, coming in at 140 million. And that just really means it's so much easier to squeeze. If you've got a lot of short interest open on something, 140 million, it's just not that much, yeah, in comparison to the others. Speaking of AMC, what do you think of Cinemark, CNK? Cinemark, up 4.71. Well, it's nice accumulation, isn't it? That was down here. Volume was good on the break. It's been going up for some time. 30-ish. I don't know why. Oh, yeah, I do know why it stopped there. Probably moves back to the 2681, 27. Then you get through there. 30 is going to be a problem for it. I'd also take the range of this accumulation down the bottom. So probably from that point there to here. And I'd extrapolate that out. And I think you'll find it's already done that action. Yeah, so it's already done that action. It's nice though. Very good accumulation range. When you're looking at deep value stocks, never get here. Okay, don't do that, guys. That's bad. I've done that. I got burnt so many times. Burnt so many times on this type of thing. I catch the falling knife. No. What's better is find your structure, set your alert for maybe like a resistance that you want. When you get that alert, come back in. Don't look at it every day. It's a waste of your time. But when you get that and you start coming out of this accumulation, similar to, what's the other one we looked at? Carnival Cruise or whatever. When that happens, you can get involved in the juicy part, the bit that's explosive, the bit that's fast. That's the bit we want to be in. AMC to the moon. The Koreans are here. Welcome. Welcome. I think the Koreans are here. The other day when AMC was going nuts, that's what actually happened. We've hit an all-time record, by the way, guys. I think 2300 is an all-time record for the stream. Thanks so much for the likes. Thanks so much for the support on the channel. That's awesome. So awesome. US 500, 3911. US 100, 13,188. What else do we have going on here? AMC sitting at a 14.74%, 1044 on the pre-market. GME 67% up, 153. We have to add costs in here because that's going to come in pretty hard, it looks like. So we'll add that down the bottom. I'll just quickly flag that. So I've got it there quickly when I need to click on it. You can see how crazy cost went last time. Not sure if it's going to do that again. Sense, Biol, Grats on the record. Thanks so much, WiQWYD man. Thanks to you guys for coming in here. AMC, a few people. We all hype as AF as to start today. Yeah, we certainly are, man. That's from Danielle. Yeah, well, look, we're all really hyped about today. I mean, it's awesome to see it coming back through. This is always an exciting thing. So, of course, it's everywhere in the articles. Jim Cramer, what's he doing? Theory of emerging strategy at GameStop. Okay. What's going on in the news? So I think I had some news articles up there for you. GameStop, of course, surging. We already know about that. Very well aware. MasterCard also claiming Bitcoin is too volatile to be part of its network. I just saw this announcement. I thought, oh yeah, that'll be right. So I think this is a concern for Bitcoin holders out there. Remember, what was it? Steam had Bitcoin for a while. They accepted it. It actually ran Bitcoin up, and then all of a sudden they didn't do it and didn't do so well. They actually couldn't accept it anymore, and they cancelled accepting that particular coin. Square, we've done Square a few times, man. William Valley says, fuck Kramer. Fair enough. Are you guys buying GME? Personally, I think if you're in at the right prices, you can. Now it's more of a gamblery kind of thing to do. You've got to be very careful about these types of stocks and protect yourself whenever possible. So Square's coming in at a 1.29 up at around 240. That's exactly on the support line that's been resistance recently. It's bounced off this zone each time. So you found bouncing pressure, pre-market here, bouncing pressure, and then can we hold above here? Every $20 is an increment. I do feel if we close below these wicks, so we close below these wicks, we could move towards the 200, and that's going to be a very interesting zone for us. Neo, yeah, we'll check out Neo. We'll always get requests on this one. Neo was beautiful buying down here during the flash crash the other day, 41.56. It's now approached pretty much or very close to the resistance. So when it hits 55, I think it's going to have problems. Just under 55. 54-ish, what is this? 54.50. So that was the previous supports, previous resistance wick over here, previous resistance. As the market moves up, it's going to hit a 20 moving average on a significant time frame like a 4 hour, find resistance and move on down. Cents, please. Bitcoin is the future. Coming in from Natasha. What size am I using? I'm using TradingView. I repeat, Christopher Terrell says, I repeat, there is no way Visa buys Bitcoin and MasterCard won't. It's not part of the boomer tech, yeah? They don't really like it. They just use it to be kind of cool. Tesla, Roku, and Zoom, we will do all of those. If you guys are enjoying the stream, please consider subscribing. It does help us out. Thanks so much to hitting a record. Really appreciate that. All right, let's have a look at some more stocks. Will AMC squeeze? Looks like if it can hold above 10, we'll be doing that very soon, John. Will AMC squeeze? It's very possible purely because above 10 moves into 12. Above 10 moves into 12. Let's now do Roku. We haven't done that in some time. Another popular stock with everybody. Earnings came out. Flash crash on the tech stocks, or these hyper growth stocks. Back to the 386. Previous support. Heavy buying coming off there. Now it's hovering 1.64 down. So for me on Roku, I don't mind the stock, of course. It's good. It's had good earnings. If it cannot hold this zone and it closes below here, I believe we could go with 320 on Roku. And I mean that. We are in hyper growth territory on some of these stocks. This thing is valued at 52.52 billion, which is not incredibly insane or anything compared to some. But look at this support. And then we have the 361. So this is sitting at 380 buying pressure. We got to 480. So it's actually sitting almost $100 underneath that. It goes through here and it basically normalizes. So if it does close below these wicks, and these wicks are not proving it's closing below right now, but if it does, I would set an alert because it could get quite brutal for Roku. First here, second here. There's not much structure on the left-hand side to stop it from falling quite hard, quite fast. AMD coming in here. Yes, PLTR. We've done PLTR a few times, but we can go back through it. AMD looks pretty decent. $80 came back down. We bought it quite a lot around 75. It's bounced back. Let's look at the daily close. Daily close, nice bullish hammer. Nice movement up. It struggled with 100 a few times here. It hit 99 and bounced down. Look, I think AMD is probably right around the right price, but it's testing now from the bottom up this 87. Previous resistance, previous resistance, previous resistance, pre-market down 1. That could be a problem for it. And we're starting to see a reoccurring event through a lot of these. It's probably why the Nasdaq is actually down 0.85. A lot of things hitting resistances that could now act as that resistance and move further lower. Let's have a look at another one, AAPL. Apple strong buying here, went to 118. Testing again, previous resistances now acting as potentially a problem for it. What's Apple coming in on the pre-market? Pre-market is down 0.51. Get under this wick, all of a sudden, back down we go. Not looking so good. Thoughts on NVIDIA? Another one that we do like here. NVIDIA, really strong buying twice. Lots of pent-up demand, pressure, 536. Then it comes down 550, buys up to 579. Now trading pre-market 560, right where the previous resistances were. Very close to yesterday's low wick. It's back in the range. Possibly, if we continue to see falling pressure in the markets, we go back, test 500. But I do think that 500 should hold NVIDIA. It's been very, very good for some time, so it should be a good one. JC, come on, Tom, check CKB. This is a cryptocurrency. I don't know what you want me to tell you about this one. You know it's up all hard. 0.013. This thing's size is... I don't even know. But CKB going crazy. Broken through the previous resistance. 0.013. Fairly new coin from the looks of it, though this could be just weird data. 4 hour. Yes, that looks good. Close here would be better. You want to close above that wick ideally, but it doesn't matter too much. 1 hour. Yeah, look, I mean, it looks good, but it could just be... It's already tested the resistance from the... resistance became support. It's done that already. So hopefully it gives you the next move up here on this one. It is looking strong. I'm not sure why. Donation coming in here from from D-Man, $5. Thanks so much, D-Man. AONE. All right. This is 5.42% up pre-market. Weekly here, 1440. Pre-market, big move. Big move. SPAC. We know SPACs like to gravitate towards 15s and 20s. When the SPACs go hard, they go towards the 15s and the 20s. And then once it 2x's, you need to be very careful about any movement past that. Look at PLTR. So if these SPACs, which are kind of like gambles in themselves often, when they move up, they come off the 10, they go often to the 15, they find some resistance selling at the 15, then they move through again. And if they go to the 20, that can be a very heavy resistance. That's when it hits that 2x. Remember, a lot of people enter SPACs to get the 2x out of them. If it goes through 20, you're starting to get to, no doubt, pretty crazy valuations, and not many have held that level. So look through all the SPACs. You'll notice a lot of them stop or crap out around that zone. PLTR is one that hasn't done that. PLTR is pretty simple. There is strong buying pressure around the $24.50, $24-ish dollars. Each time here is buying because that's where ARK got in. People feel comfortable with that zone. It's about sentiment here on PLTR as well. Go down to the daily. $30 is your key area of resistance. You break clear the 30. Very nice zone there. Then you're off to the races. $38 here for this one. Nice area. SPY, bull or bear market after crash and sudden rise, Samuel. So the flash crash was hitting a certain section there, Samuel. It was hitting valuations on certain stocks. If you actually notice, it's a fairly robust recovery. You've basically got a recovery through all the banking sector, all the energy sector. Look, I'll load it up for you guys. I'll load it up. Let me I'll show you a really cool program. Okay, so let's have a look at this program here together. This is LiQWYD. It's actually a free service. If you're not using it, you trade stocks, and you should be doing it because it's good. So what this will show you is you can click this button here. And this button here will generate us a form which we can change around. So here's all of the different, we'll actually switch the scene. Let me switch the scene. All right, that's a bit better. So these are all the different sectors. Let's have a look at a 1 month for the sector returns. XLE 19.54. That's the energy sector. Financials 10.58. Utilities crappy. Technology 1.42. Quarter to date, technology is actually 3.61. Let's have a look at 3 months. Technology sitting at 12.44. Energy 32%. Financials 21%, and of course communications 14.22%. So big differences in recovery in the value stocks coming through compared to the tech. You look at a 1 year, what you'll notice is a big flattening of technology. So you go back to September and you come to now, it's actually not that much up 28, now up 37. But look at the change that happened around November when we saw the presidential election and everything in the US. That's when all of these sectors came through. Utilities is the last sector. That's usually the sector that happens mid-bull cycle in the new one. So LiQWYD's really great for finding this stuff out, guys, and I would suggest you get on that one. That's a good one. I think we might have got a donation there. Let me see if I can find it. Donation, Toby Wang, Hong Kong, $23. Thanks so much. Love from Hong Kong. Thoughts on ARK Genomics? ARK GE. All right, so ARK Genomics, very strong gains here since March last year. All the way down to 24 up. Look, I like the funds. Let's have a look at what's actually inside the funds though before we understand what's going to happen next. Now, if you were looking at this from a TA perspective, and we shouldn't, but if you do, you would say that's a double top, okay? That's a fully fledged double top with a test from the bottom up. And that would have me worried about current valuations on the genomics, let's see if it proofs even by taking that range. So if we take the range out here, we extrapolate this trend line, get it out. Here we go. Bring that one down. Bang. Straight into the 80 kind of ish zone. That would make some sense. It bounced off 90. I like the fund, but we need to understand what's in it. So let me get what's in it. All right, bringing this up. Bring it over here. Top 10 holdings. Teladoc, I like it. Pacific Biosciences, Exact Sciences, Regeneron, another big company. Twist Biosciences. So there's a few, what there is in here is there's a few really large companies and a few companies that are a little bit speculative. I think they've done a great job of picking so far, but I will say this about fund managers I've seen over the years. When they get big, and ARK isn't getting big, it's harder for them to make money. It's actually easier for someone that isn't very large to make money. And that's because we can be nimble and we can be quick, and we don't have to stick to things that other people have to do. Like they have to stick to, oh, we can only hold 5%. We can only hold, whatever of this stock. And we don't actually have the ability to buy the smaller companies because we might have to whack $4 billion into them. We can't buy the one you want anymore. So I will say they're starting to deal with scaling problems. And that's probably the biggest issue with ARK right now, scaling issues. Remember, 983 here for AMC. We're sitting at 1040. Let's do a check. GME, 153. Nice. Lego Spartan SGD, $5. Evening, Tom. Can I trouble you to look at AMED? Sure, Lego Spartan. We'll do that. We'll do that very soon. 150. Pre-market checks. Let's get the up. What's going on? Moderna up 4.29. Wayfair 3%. Expedia Group 2.29. Something showing some greens. On the back end, Nvidia, ANSYS or ANSS, Spotify also 2.27. So it looks like a few of these hypergrowth stocks coming back under the movement. Okta, Tesla, Zscaler, all stocks that have moved heavily, getting hit in the pre-market a little bit. Let's now look at SGD's donation here, which is AMED. We are only 40 minutes away from the open, so I'm certainly very pumped for that movement. We'll do the AMC full analysis and GME very, very soon. Bitcoin still holding above that 51,000, 51,300. This is right on support, but it is pre-marketing underneath. You do not want this under any circumstances under the 274 because you've bought off that. So hopefully it does hold. Let's have a look at the lie of the land, the 1 month here. Oh, I can see why it's coming under some pressure. Oh, I don't like it, Lego Spartan. I do not like it. I hate that candle there. And I don't like where this is going to close. You've only got one more day of trade. It would have to produce a miracle not to be shorting here. That is bad. And I say that because it's a shooting star followed by another rejection wick on the monthly. It's why it pays to look at the top-down approach. That's not the best. I'll tell you that one. It's not the best. Also breaking through the key support here. If it closes underneath, look at this 20 moving average here on the weekly. It's held it up each time. So if it can't hold here, Lego, and probably wait till the Friday here, 277. So it's putting test pressure on this. If it closes under the 20, I could see some pretty significant falls down to the 240, possibly even down to the 200, man. Yeah, that's looking really bad on the top end. Probably a little bit too much valuation on it. 9.24. I'd be doing some fundamentals on this one. Check it out. Teladoc probably didn't help it at all. Good luck there, Lego Spartan. I don't like that monthly, man. Canadian $2. Chances of market crashing like 2008, incredibly low, because in 2008, the Fed allowed the market to basically get flushed, and then they came in with the new QE ability. So they had the stimulus, but they stimulused it near the end. This time they stimulused it during it, and they went in super hard and super fast. They will not allow it to crash past a certain point. Ultimately, they can hold it up quite a lot. Mike Gunning, $10. Thanks so much, Mike. Sup, bro? Stopped in yesterday and just had to drop by again today. Loving the content. Hype for today. buying into 5 new positions. Nice. What do you make of run? Let's have a look at run. Okay, top down again here. Monthly, another rejection week coming through a few of these stocks, it looks like. All on hyper growth, pulling back pretty heavily. I don't particularly like last month's. It's very similar to that situation we had on the other stock before. Go to the weekly. So the weekly here is underneath the 20 moving average as well, which is not that positive. $50 seems kind of probable that it would come down to. Why? Previous support buying back in October, but also now if it holds underneath this, now it's not closed yet for the weekly, yeah? But if it holds underneath the 20, I would envision it going here. Pre-market for this stock, 1.5% up. It's a catch-22. If you like the stock, you're pretty close to the low. I mean, you're only about $10 off. 67. Yeah, I think it could seriously get back down here. A lot will come down to market sentiment. It could, if it bull closes here though, it's going back up for the weekly. So it's all about the weekly. Go to the smaller time frames there for you as well, Mike. Yeah, it's gonna have tough problems with this 68. Previous support, 2 moving averages sitting there. The 20 exponential and the 200 simple moving average is the green one. So it might do something like this. If it does that, 50. So I like 50 for a buy zone. I think 68 is going to have problems from the resistance area, Mike. And it's stuck in the middle of both areas. The weekly, I'll be watching on that one. Lego Spartan says, oh my God. It's all right, Lego Spartan. I mean, like, you know, it could be wrong. I just saying that there's some bad looking candles. We've had this one so much, I might as well do it. SDGR. Is it actually doing anything? 0.25%. It is not. It's been moving up slowly, hitting the 20 moving average a few times. 1, 2, had a bit of a flash and then instantly reversed it. Lots of weird movement up here. Probably topping out a little bit here on the SGDR. I love that double bottom down here, guys. That was beautiful. Double bottom. What a trade. Beautiful trade. Follow that trend. Keep holding it through. If you're looking for more positions to show you that there's strength here, you're going to want a close above this previous body. It doesn't need to get above the wick, just a close, bullish close above the body, and that should signal to get through the wicks as well. Good luck on that one. Bitcoin, quick check in the markets, 51,200 on Bitcoin. Ethereum, 1644. ADA, 1.07, going towards the 1.1. Gold, 1782, getting slaughtered still. Movement down. Close underneath this wick. Very bearish for gold on the daily. Very bearish for gold. Let's get rid of this stuff. So that's not looking too good. It gets underneath this 1760. We are falling quite significantly. Tesla coming into the pre-market. Still down. Not as down as much as before. Now 2.36. Was down about 3 earlier. Trading at 724 pre-market. AMC, what you guys are all here for tonight, 1050. That's strong. That's good. That's exactly what we want to see. GME holding a 160 pre right around that zone. Let's just draw these GMEs up. Let's draw the GMEs up. We'll go back through the analysis here of why we thought yesterday was so good and what happened. I want to show you the TA. So $48 was previous hold support multiple times. Why? I have no idea, but who cares? The point is $48. It became resistance, it became resistance, it became resistance. We didn't get through it here, but then all of a sudden we had this random little candle come through. Then we had another candle hold it, and this candle here was set for the explosion. So I say this a lot. The first significant undisputable close above was the signal that something was happening. Now, do we know at that point it's going to move all the way to $90? No, but we know that it's going to go to the next range. Now that could have been 55, or it could have been maybe back here in the 62. But after it got through that point, there was really not much stopping it. It got to 90, previous support structure on that first crash accumulation, hit that, went further up, 158 now. It's opening at the previous resistances where they were shorting the first time, the first great flash short squeeze. So when that happened, and then it went right back down. So that's where it sits. It sits at the precipice of the tippity top. Can it get through the tippity top? I want to have your opinions. Are we going to break a 160 on GME today? Let me know. Yes or no. Give me a price. I don't care. Put it in the chat right now. What are you guys thinking? Triangle continuation. I'm not sure what that exactly means. I mean, I don't think there's too much of a triangle going on, but I do understand 158. And I certainly think 200 is a fair point. That's where it went after markets. And I think the explosion through 200, look, 250 is possible just because there was some zone around 250. AMC to Pluto. Yeah, but if it gets through 200, I mean, it could be all back to 375. Your warning signs on this one is going to be if the short squeeze last time, what happened? It went up, it flash crashed, then it went straight back up again. Now, when that happened, it was your sign that things were getting dicey. So if you get another flash where it goes like this, and then goes bang, bang like that, you probably need to be incredibly careful. I mean, this is a gamblery type of stock. Here comes some Bloodbath McGrath, $900. Amar says $300. MJ $200. 420. I know 420 is a popular number from Jacob. Van says 426.9. Way High Dude Man 169. James Donald $130,000. I'm not sure about that one there, James. It's at 159 already. Yes, it's right at the resistance. That's what happens, unfortunately. It opens. AMC is opening above the resistance, which exposes the 12. We'll look at that very, very shortly. Thanks so much to the 2,000 people coming out to watch the stream today. Hope you're enjoying it. And we will be following these stocks into the open. Only about 32 minutes to go till we get to it. No 200 today, some people are saying. Yes, this is breaking 158 and heading towards 280. So 280... over here, previous little bit of resistance. Let's go to the 15 minutes, see if there is actually anything at 280. Oh, it's so noisy in here. There's a lot of zones that it was bouncing around. Guess it's fair to say, let's move to a line chart. So we have 1, 2 on the close. 251, 2, 3, 4. A lot of noise in there. Tough to tell where it goes to. I think it could be explosive, though, if it gets to 200. It could just start chunking like it did last time. GME 400, said Teisel. Hopefully. All right. Sundial, just quickly. Sundial losing a lot of steam. Pre-market still 9, though. This particular stock scares the crap out of me. But anyway. 15-minute candles. Let's have a look. Resistance is being broken into the 159 right now. That's going to then lead to the 171. And we get through that, leads to the 2. There's some great resistance lines here that could happen. I'd like to clear that exposure to move through to the 2. I think it's going to have a lot of problems there. Be incredibly careful on Sundial. It's a bit doge. AMC. Thought process here. Previous wick spike. You know it respected it. You also know it respected the 7 from the top down. So it's doing a lot of TA stuff. 1063 pre-market. Beautiful. Next target, $12 here for AMC. Why? Previous supports all over that zone over here on the left-hand side, guys. Look at this. $12 was bought off. $12 was bought off. $12 was bought off. So that means it's going to act as a resistance level. Any hold above 10 should push into the 12. I'm excited for that one, and I hope it does happen. Bloodbath McGrath says, sold my Sundial at 240. Excellent. That's awesome. Robinhood will most definitely stop us from buying GME and AMC, Herb says. We did a bit of a poll before on the community. It turns out, yes, a lot of people thought it was missed. Oh, yeah, I did get demands. One, thanks very much, Dave. I did get that. Oh, okay. No worries. Thanks, Clem. Just got a few messages just sent over to me about some stuff. Let's get on the cat chart. We will soon. So $12, the first target, 16, the second target here for AMC. And of course, the miraculous $20. Now, if you believe it's going past 20, I think you are maybe a little bit delusional, but the only reason I say that is because 20 is going to have so many sellers this time round. Think of what people have gone through. There's people buying at 13. So this short squeeze is different to the last one. It involves a lot more psychology. People will want to get out possibly at break evens. They might be sitting there at 13 saying, please let me out, please. And then they do, they take it and they go, okay. But greed also is a big emotion. So maybe they'll just keep holding and have the diamond hands regardless. DXY, yep, we'll go through the DXY. Bitcoin, by the way, coming back to 51,400, US 539.10 into the pre-market. Dollar index underneath, or it is moving up. So here's the little bit of movement up here in the 15 minutes. Could come into some selling pressure around the 90. Let's see if that happens. So 90 gets hit, possibly like a little 15-minute lightning bolt to the downside. That will put pressure back on the DXY. To put it in perspective of where it is, go to the daily, and you'll notice here, this is the full movement down. It's been stuck in the range. It's finally getting underneath, but no daily close underneath yet. So it's more of a 15-minute trade, and you have to look for the further confirmation. Paper ZZ says, for sure not selling before $300 on GME. What's my honest opinion on Dogecoin and, well, I think I just said that, and Cardano? Do you think it's going to rise? I like Cardano a lot more than Dogecoin. Look, Dogecoin's pump and dump. The thing with Cardano is it's a real coin with a real backing. It has a real community. Dogecoin's more of a meme community with Elon Musk at the helm. Look, I like 110. I like 120. I think ADA has a bit of room to grow in it still. ETH may come under pressure as well over the longer term as the rise of Polkadot and ADA come through. Do I believe in it? Yeah. Tesla, please? Sure, we can do Tesla again. Pre-market, we're only 27 minutes away from the market open. Let's go through the big ones. 6% up on Wayfair. Moderna still holding a 4. This is 23 billion plus. On the pre-market downside, must be an earnings here. CoStar Group down 20%. We've got Teladoc holding a 5.91% down. Back into support. We'll take a look at Teladoc in a few minutes. Nvidia 3.26% and Tesla down 2.6%. Go to the wash list. What have we got? Pre-market costs. Up still 83%. $33.60. GameStop holding the 155, 158 range. I expect to open right around there. AMC holding above 10 at a 10.52, and Tilray is now actually down. So money probably from the retail crowd floating into this one. Let's have a look at what StockTwits has on the most trending stocks. I'm sure it's just AMC and GME all day. Let's have a look at the rankings here together. Plug Power, SOS, which I think a few of you asked me about. Teladoc is trending. Most active AMC. Yeah, here we go. Look at this. There it is. AMC, GME, CCIV, SOS, Sundial, Asia Broadband for some reason, Spy, Workhorse, etc. So we'll look at SOS for you guys. I know you wanted that. Donation coming in here. Look at Apple, please, from Sanjeev Jagtiana, $4.99. Can we have a look at Apple, please? Absolutely. We can look at Apple. We'll do this Tesla analysis quickly here as well. So 2.43 down, 724. Let's go to the 1 hour. The only analysis I can do is probably around this 20 moving average. We held the 20 moving average on the way down the whole time. We broke through once, but basically we found resistance considerably through this. We pulled back heavily, moved, created some structure, 742 on the close. Now we're going to open at 723. I think it's a pretty hard chart to read because there's just no clear, well, are we going down? Are we going up? The only thing I would do is just draw a fib retracement of the pullback, and we're in that 3850 fib territory, okay? So when you see this 3850 fib territory, you know that there's a chance here that it reverses and moves down. It's like an index. If it's falling off a cliff or starting to decline, it will often pull back up to the 38250 fib and then decline after that point. So Tesla, I'm going to watch it. I don't have a clear signal on this one right now like we did earlier in the week. I'm not going to tell you I do because I don't. I have nothing that's going on right now, but we'll continue to watch it throughout the day. I'd be looking more to the Nasdaq sentiment. If Nasdaq closes below here, Tesla's going to get mutilated. That's just what's going to happen. If it goes under here, it's going to get mutilated back down to 12.8. That could push Tesla quite low in a bit of a flash. Let's put a fib on the pullback here for the Nasdaq. Fib retracement zone. Notice 38,250 fib pullback, okay? This is why it's such an important zone, guys. If we reject this, it's bad. Let's have a look at one of the stocks that's going to make that happen. That's going to be Apple. Apple is 11% of the Nasdaq. Apple opening here at a 0.65 down, 124.54. What is Apple testing from the bottom up? It's testing the 125 resistance. Resistance, support, and now support becomes resistance right on the open. We take out the wick here. We move back down to the other wick at 118. We take out the 118 wick. We could be looking at a 110 Apple very, very fast. And a 110 Apple is not necessarily a great Apple. So that's a movement down and through right at critical zone. Very important day for these stocks. Tech stocks are all coming under pressure where they're testing from the bottom up. Bloodbath McGrath says, look at that Fibonacci, she going down. Cat next. Yes, we'll do cat. I've said that a few times. Run from the hood, says Ramon. Yeah, this is exciting. Are you talking about the Robin Hood? Maybe we need to run from the Robin Hood since you can't trade it. I've done costs a few times, at least 2 or 3 times already tonight, but we'll keep doing it. Let's do cat now. Caterpillar, a boomer stock. People like this stock still? I like Caterpillar, but yeah, it's gone crazy. Mining, all on the mining train. Caterpillar's probably pretty extended. It's a giant stock. This thing's worth 121 billion market capitalization. Had some strong years recently in it. Big amounts of orders. It actually snapped off a monthly rejection, which was super strong. Go to the weekly here. It is moving nicely, but it's getting a bit extended away from the 20 moving average, which makes me think it could come down, especially if we have any market correction. 4 hour here, even that it's getting extended away from. Last time it extended away from that point, it had to move down. So I think Caterpillar is due for a bit of a pullback. Last time it came to 180, this time I could see it coming to 200. So I'd have my line on 200. I'd set an alert for somewhere around there and then come back in and analyze it. Yeah. Cat is a bit overpriced. Even traditionally, when it moves this far away from the moving average, it tends to collapse and it collapses into that next zone. XRP, we'll have a look at it. This coin sucks right now. It must clean 50. Until it cleans 50, it has no true bullish sentiment. This absolutely sucks for XRP holders. The SEC stuff is crap for it. It sucks. I could have a rant all day about it. I don't like that. 50 cents, previous supports, now is resistance. We've got that flash crash kind of point, moved up, moved down. You must get through the 50. Ideally, we close above this zone. So that's all that matters now. The 50 cents, a close above this signals potentially back into the 60, at least the 55. So there's 5 cents here straight away, and then potentially another 5 cents quite quickly. XRP, it's boring until that happens. VIX coming into the market here, 22.8. Can I share my thoughts on GME? Don't worry, we'll be doing it. How about Disney? Disney hit 200. I think there is a pullback due in Disney as well. Very high point for Disney. Love this stock. I've been bullish on it for all of the channel's existence. But right now, I'd be bearish at the price. And that's just because every single retail investor seems to want to buy Disney right now. That usually is a bit of a warning sign. Mosim 100, $5.49. Thanks so much. Hi there. Could you check out SKT Tanger Outlets? All right, we'll do that now. Tanger Outlets. This stock has had a nice run on it, followed by a decline. It looks like it's real estate investment trusts. We'll do a monthly. Okay. Found a base, accumulated through, strong volume started pumping through. I mean, it looks okay. $20 is a strong resistance. What happened here with this flashing stuff? I mean, all the candles look good. What's the pre-market? Up 0.12. I mean, that's a bullish hammer, a rejection wick, coming off a little base here. It looks good, man. I hope you can get 20 out of it. There's not too much TA you can do on this one. 2 hours. And all this series of higher highs. Possibly you might be able to draw a little bit of a trend line coming through here, which might give you some support if you do see flashes. But I like that candle. I like that candle coming off the 15. Nice psychology there. 20 is clearly a take profit zone for this one. Maybe you want to do it a little bit earlier if that's your aim. I don't know if you want to hold it for a longer period of time. You'd like to clear 17 with a close. That will be your next fight zone. But there's not much fight zones here. It's really just 17 and then hopefully get into the 19, $20. So 18 shouldn't be much of a problem for you on this SKT stock. Robinhood going to beat people who can't buy in the pre-market. Yet Robinhood is not the best, isn't it? Sand$77 says AMC is going to break 21 pre-market. What? 1093 here in the pre-market. Going towards that 12 in the pre-market. GME 165. Let's load it up. Load up these crazy stocks. So costs now sitting at an 89% pre-market. GameStop doing a 166. Remember, it closed after the close. We had a 200 there. AMC 1090, pretty amazing. Sundial 8.97%, 158. BlackBerry also moving up here, 8.3%. All of these short stocks, the short squeeze is on across the board. Nokia also now 6.93%. The hype's real, guys. The hype is real. Get those rockets up in the air because this is happening. Now, what happened? Let's think about trends here. What happened last time? The hype stocks were here. When they crashed, what did the movement occur into? Do I say weed stocks happened last time? Interesting. So weed stocks happened after the crash of this one. There is a lot of people that tend to have this thing where if they lose money in this, let's say it goes up and then flash crashes, they want to go and revenge trade. And unfortunately, they're revenge trading through those sectors. So those sectors now down on the day. That's Tilray down 3.4 to 27. All the others down as well. Costs really coming through here. 91%. I could almost watch it. 16 minutes away from the open. GameStop 84%. Wow. AMC 1088. So certainly some big moves. Play the intro if you people want me to do that. Oh, we'll do it. Don't worry. Sam Herman's $5. Odds on US 100, US 500. Sam, I feel like you ask me that every day, hey? All right. Well, US 500, I think will come down to 3,900. This is the critical point for it. I think it's almost assured that it'll have a crack at this level today. When it comes down, it's going to most likely bounce a little bit. If it closes below there on a significant time frame for the day, I could see us back at a 3860 fairly quickly. The weakness is coming in from the Nasdaq. You can see that here. The 50 fib, 38.2 fib level has been pulled back to. It's found resistance through this zone. It's opening weak. It could be going towards the 13,000. And then at that point there, it's going to be, time to either play or not. It's going to be the Nasdaq that takes the S&P through 3,900. So look at big Nasdaq stocks, Apple's movement, Tesla's movement. Just look at those stocks, see how they're trading. Other big market cap stocks that are in the Nasdaq. So look at the top 10, load them up onto your charts and see how they're trading throughout the day to get an idea of this one. You're going to see it here anyway. But yeah, I think anything under here, you're pushing even lower, 12.8. So 3,900 for the S&P is key there, Sam. Odds on it, I'd be a bit bearish today than bullish. But that daily hammer was big. But I think I'd be a little bit more bearish. Last time when we saw a short squeeze, it pushed the market down. So maybe it does it again. Let's do the Intel. What it says, Intel and then Bell. Get Bell ready, says Rashad. Yes, we'll do the intro. All right, let's do it together now, guys. I'm feeling hyped. Quickly just look at that screener again. See those beautiful greens. 84% GameStop. Cost 90. 90% now. And of course, 20% up on AMC with a 1085. Sundial, meme stocks, all these things going pretty hard. Let's get this thing up. Get me to 1K, guys, and we'll play the intro. Get me to 1K. If you haven't liked it, if you haven't subbed, push it through. We'll play the intro. We'll get hyped. GME 169, cleaning up that previous resistance. 170 now. 170. Can we look at NAKD? Yeah, we can do that. GME to 300, pump it. Are we at 1K? I don't see it yet. All right, we'll be there soon. 169, 200 coming on in. So 200 is the next resistance level. $12, of course, for AMC at the same point if we hold these zones. And after 200, explosive growth, possibly at 250, 280, or even 300 plus. All right, we hit 1K. Let's go. Thank you so much. All right, let's do it, guys. We need a little bit of intermission. Thanks so much, Sandor. You guys pumped? We aren't very long away from the open. Let's get our 4-screener up. We're coming in with 4 screens. Of course, we've got to have all the favors, the favorite ones on the chart. So I think today we're going to have probably a GME. I'm going to put a GME down to a 5-minute chart, probably even a 1-minute chart just to watch those spikes come through. So GME opening up at the 165. Let's just get the flat air over there ready. SPX will have ready to be opened as well. We'll watch that with the US 500 to start with. 3900 expecting to go down. AMC will load up on the bottom left. Sean says, what the fuck, this is so lit. Absolutely, man. Let's go. Let's go, guys. 1-minute chart here. We are down to Desperation City. 1-minute charts. When you're there, you know it's crazy. And on the bottom right-hand side, I guess we'll load up. What do you guys want, actually? What do you guys? Chuck it in the room right now. What are we putting on the bottom right-hand side? We've got the S&P 500 top. We'll switch the screen. We'll have it ready. There we go. We're ready. What are we going to do? Jonas, my goodness. Sundial. Ugh. Pump music again. We just did it, man. Well, pump music maybe the first minute. Kevin says I'm getting serious in the 1-minute charts. That's true. When you get on the 1-minute charts, you know you're serious. We've got here a donation coming in very generous of you, Jonas. Jonas Florinus, SEC $200. NVIDIA great Q4 stretch valuation. Tech analysis. Yeah, NVIDIA had a great Q4. The analysis, obviously, or the result, I haven't read it personally, but I did quickly look at it. I only looked at Teladocs yesterday. But yes, it's just a lot of stretched earnings reports here. So it looks like most people want Sundial, PLTR, Tesla. Yeah, okay, good. Tesla's winning again. All right, I'm cool with Tesla. Executive decision, I put Tesla. I put 1-minute charts on Tesla coming into the pre-market. Let's now do this NVIDIA. Oh, look at that US 100 come under pressure. Might be a interesting day for some barganos. NVIDIA. Okay. So my analysis here is, yes, let's get rid of that. So we're back into the structure and we've had good buying pressure, all right, man? So we've had good buying pressure here at 540, good buying pressure through all of this structure zone. We know where our strong buying is in general. That's 500. If the market does fall back down, let's say it falls back down, NVIDIA is still going to have strong buying pressure through the 540 mark, through the 560 mark, down to the 500. I would be surprised to see Nvidia break through 500 considering the good earnings result. But this area here, it had such strong buying before the earnings result. Unless you feel it's really negative, which I don't think you do, I don't think 500 should be breached by this company. It's a leader in so many areas. So from a TA perspective, this little area here is holding up. Actually, everything looks quite bullish here. If you were talking about any normal market, you would be very, very bullish off these price actions. Wick rejection, all off previous resistances. It looks good, yeah? It looks really good. I just am aware that we're coming into a market here where we're seeing weird flash crashes and overvaluations on some stocks. So possibly Nvidia may roll down into 500. I think that's when it meets the 200 SMA on the daily, and it should find buying pressure again like it did last time. So lots of good support levels. Take profit zones or movements up. If it can get through, this previous high, we should be looking at a 650, 700, but we'll look at that more in the future. Thanks so much for the very generous donation. Okay, we're ready to go. 39.09, Tesla coming in at a 2.8% down, 721. Let's just quickly load that screener up. I think we'll watch the screener here. Just watch these percentages roll through. Costs 83%. GameStop still holding above the 158 resistance at a 168. Fighting with cost. They're fighting each other. 20%, 1096. $12 first resistance target for AMC here today, guys. BlackBerry also starting to move, 7.42. I wouldn't be surprised at all, as I mentioned before, for us to see a similar rotation through to the other one, which is basically where if people fail here and if the squeeze fails eventually, maybe the weed stocks become kind of a hit job next time round. That's what they did last time. Possibly it all has its rotation through it again, yeah? Thanks so much for that donation, by the way, Jonas. If you want something else, just let me know and we'll look at it, because NVIDIA is a tough one right now. So if you want another analysis, just send it through at FX Evolution and I'll do it. We go brewer. We're ready. Can you look at NAKD? I did say I could. 123, 7 minutes away from open. I said I'd look at this, so I will. NAKD pre-market down 7.41. So it's been everywhere. Went up to 3, busted on down. Today it's having its run on it again. This was all around that pump dump kind of special with the squeezes. It found some support, horizontal line. GME at openings probably going to open around that 158, 160, but it was strong before. Look, it looks like it's trying to buy up here for NAKD. It does look like it's trying to buy up. $1.50 didn't stop it last time except for the first, so that's maybe not the area. Maybe it's going towards 2. I think there'll be selling pressure around here, and it's been unable to hold these levels. It's a bit of a gamble, but the base seems to be in at 0.91 for now. Good luck on NAKD. 168 pre-market. Say bye-bye Tesla, Broadblast McGrath says. Well, Tesla's still okay for now. Screener up. Let's get that ready. 86% on costs. GameStop 84%. 169. AMC 11. BlackBerry. It's all going on. It's all going on. Rocket Man to the moon. Thanks so much to the 1900-ish people that are here right now watching the stream for us for this very big day of the short squeeze coming back through for GME, AMC. If you're enjoying the stream, if you like the TA, consider subscribing, helping the channel out. You can see here the AMC $11. I feel a bit bad for the Robin Hooders that may be not able to get into these just yet. Remember, have a couple of brokerage accounts, maybe use them for different things. Maybe Robinhood's your long investment, but for trading, I don't really find a lot of these platforms that good. You want to have robust trading systems, ideally. Plug up 7. Will Tesla drop today? Tesla has a good chance of dropping today, yes. But it's all about the US 500 getting through that 3900. So it's 3908 right now. You can see up here. 3900 is drawn on the chart. Let's get it right on the dot. There's the 39. We breached that level and we're going to start finding some serious selling pressure. Michael Wilcher says, if you made it to the market open, give the video a like. FX Evolution team deserves it. Thanks so much, man. Jonas, your thoughts on NVIDIA? Really great Q4, but stretched valuation. You said that again. Yeah, Jonas, look, I answered that one a little bit. You should be seeing it by now. Okay, here we go, guys. 4 minutes, 174 now. Let's look at the pre-market across the board. Still the 80%'s there. Screener time. What's going on the screener? Same stocks up the top. Nothing really changed. Square, though, finding more buying pressure. 2.16, probably due to Bitcoin stabilizing. Teladoc, one of the ones down, and NVIDIA down after those earnings, though they are solid. 39.08. AMC dropping a little to 11, but still very strong. We're about to get the opens here. Not very long. I feel like we need one more pump coming through. One more pump. BTC falling, 51,000 at the moment. The rest of the crypto market has fallen back a bit. ETH 1632, ADA 106. So ADA is doing okay still. Bitcoin trading around that 51. All into the market open. Silver also 2780 right on that resistance support zone. Gold still weak at 1781. Dollar index 89.80. 2 minutes. All right, one more time. Let's get hyped. I'm ready. 1:30 in the morning. I'm ready. Woohoo! Let's get them open, guys. Let's get this party started with the coming in. All right, one more time, just for good measure. And that's only because I need filler here. This is where we're going. Right up. 300. 300. 420. That's where we hit 420, yeah? All right, we're ready. We're pumped. 2 minutes. Market now finding some strength. 39.11. AMC, GME, they're going to hover around. I do expect the GME possibly to come down to 158. Limitations set on Robinhood. TD Ameritrade, we heard there was none. Please let us know. 3 hypes in one stream. That's right, we haven't had that many. Please let us know if we do have... if any of your brokers are banning you throughout, so we know as a community that is happening. It is important to a short squeeze of success that we can all trade it. So here's the countdown. We're only about 30 seconds away. We checked NKD before, by the way. A few people asking about that. We checked it. Johnny Bravo says, Tom, do you have a Facebook page? I'd like to share that intro around. We do have a Facebook page, yeah. We just don't, we use it more for the corporate side. Remember, if you want to learn some of the ways that we do stuff, you can check us out at fxevolution.com. 15 seconds to go here. Everything's coming in. Let's get that loader up. I actually kind of want to see them come off. Let's go. 80s. There they are. Oh, yeah. Get the bell. And here we go, guys. All right, we're open. Here we go. 170 on GME, 1086. Expect a little bit of pullback. There's the bell. We're fully open. 166, 1080. So we're holding above both zones, which is good. I would expect a little bit of profit taking initially from people going, oh my God, thank God it held up here. But it is holding at this stage, 160, 158. So it's testing. If we look at the 1 hour here for GME. Oh God, I'm on the wrong chart. Let me go back to the 1 minute there for AMC holders. So 1055, I wouldn't be surprised for it to instantly go back down to the 10. Remember, it's not this first minute. This is where profit taking is occurring. I don't blame a lot of people from profit taking. See these resistances at the 158? That's why it's holding around that zone as much as it can do. There is going to be a bit of profit taking though here. People getting out of their $100 positions, thanking everything, just being very, very happy with it. Tesla opened to, why am I not there? There it is. Tesla opened at 722. The market 39.11. Let's have a look at cost. Cost is holding 77%. Percentage change across the board. These ones are probably the easiest way to really view it. GME 75, costs to and fro. Look at the AMC move. Sundial 8.9, BlackBerry 3.18. Lots and lots of strength. Selling on Zom, etc. as money piles into these. 165, okay, that's good. 165 back here. Where did we go down to? Just above 10 for AMC, and it found some buy pressure. Tesla still coming under pressure. I want to watch actually the US 100 here. This is the 1 hour US 100. Let me just get rid of the fib. So Tesla actually comes under pressure on the sell. The rest of the market is buying up though. GME 155, it's starting to chunk. I expect in the next couple of minutes we will probably get frozen in GME. The movement either way. Jonas, yeah, my thoughts on NVIDIA is good. I think it's really, really good. I think that it's going to go up over time and you will have strength in it if you're looking for an investment. Tesla now falling, yet the Nasdaq is actually coming up. Tesla putting a 720. Why the hell is that going up? I'm sure it's a screener reason. Look at those holds. Cost still holding the best. GameStop moving down. It's jumping all over the place. Quick look at the screener here. What have we got? Percentage changes. Whoa, was that Boeing up there? Percentage change. Bilby, Square up 2.47. Not too many in the hold and the big kind of greens. Red, Teladoc, Tesla, ASML, Intuit, etc. So quite a lot of reds. Again, the watch lists here. We're looking at GameStop 144, costs 67. So they're starting to come down. The pressure is coming on. People are taking a bit of profit. AMC is open for trade on Saxo Bank. I would love some easy profit on GME and AMC. 137 now here from GME. AMC coming down to the 10, the 980, 10, where it's probably going to find some support. NAS finding buying pressure, 13,252. Up off the 13,160 lows. So that's now only down 0.5%. US 500, 39.18. GME got me nervous, says Hood Mario YT. Apple is going up. Christina Scold. Yep, quite a few things going up here. Thanks so much for joining us, by the way, into this open. 137 GME, 988 for AMC. So this should be where buying pressure comes in. That 978, 980 zone was previous hold. Oh, straight through it. Come on. We have to zoom in hard here because you want that level to hold. Yeah. We draw a fence underneath this one, guys. We've got to draw the fence. Oh. This is the crappiest fence ever. We've got it there. The fence is underneath. It's electric. It's barb. That's where it needs to hold up. No underneath this zone. Buy. That's what they're saying, technically. Tesla getting some support. Yeah, Tesla's coming back to the 726 here on the right. So the first kind of hour is what we call the retail hour. That's where all the retail traders trade. And then after that, you usually get the real sentiment of Wall Street coming through. And of course, the close is the key for today. So tech is coming back up here. We're seeing some movement. Halt on GME. GME is halted, so it's moved too much as a percentage. It's in the halt. We'll have to wait for that now to come out. Halts to the downside, not usually that great. Zian Gaming says, lol, my market order on Cash App was filled at 165. GME halt. Tesla fence, please. You don't need a Tesla fence. This thing's going up. Look. You need the fence for the AMC. We can only have one fence. You probably need one for GME as well. But that's in halt, so the fence would work. This is a very important zone for AMC to hold above. 733 here. Market is green, almost. 0.13 down, US 500, not 39.21 now. Bitcoin, 51,500. Sorry, 250. AMC 1025, finding that bullish buy pressure behind our fence. And GME still halted probably for a couple of minutes. What's good, Cobber, says Mac Door. Book profit, change your positions. All right. 734. The 1 minute's not working out for us on the US 500. Let's put it in perspective now to the 15 just to see where it has been and what this initial bullish pressure is really doing. So remember, that's the 50% fib of the pullback. So if the NAS fails around here, then it makes some sense. If the NAS breaks to a new high, it's probably going quite long. The bullish hammer from the SPX would make you think that things are going long. Technically, most things we're pushing long, except for the weird valuation repricing. So we're still not open on GME, still at a 137 halt, 10.59 now on AMC. Bodes well for the GME reopen. When the GME reopen, if AMC can hold the fence, hold the line, Hodor, 10.28. Oh, here we go, guys. $11. Come on. Get up. Yes. GME should open strong. Oh, gotta get the fence worked. We can raise the fence now. They raise their fence. So that exact level that we had on the TA, almost to the cent, did find buying pressure. It's now up $1 from that zone, which is good. What broker am I using? I'm just using TradingView here. I will have lines though later on. I haven't, for some reason, the account's been kind of slow to open in the US for me, probably because I'm Australian. So I'll be showing you guys the lines there. Massive volume spike, GME first minute. Yeah, the volume across the board here is big. I can't show you that one, but I'll load just the basic volumes here so you can see the volumes coming through. These are all the 1 little minute, so you can see the big volume suddenly comes through. GME still in the halt, 13,278. Tesla 732. Go back to the pre-market screen. A cost holding. That's probably frozen as well. Let's have a look at the percentage change. Suspension GameStop. Suspension costs. Both got bounced down. AMC still moving the 1073. Sundial, etc. Tilray and others still down. Let's go to the screener. In the screener, we'll see all of the percentage changes. And it looks like we've got down still Teladoc, the others. Teladoc only down 4.5% now, though. On the upside, still Wayfair, Bilby, Moderna, and Square now with a 2.4. Are we out now? GME's out. 140, 143, 139, 1053. So AMC tried 11 again, couldn't get it. 11, we would like to see a close there. Anything higher than this pre-market futures, 11.17, we should be going towards 12. That would show a lot of sentiment. 146 for GME. Sell AMC at 26 says my way 148. GME moving. A few people coming in. You see GME down at the moment? Oh, 148's pretty good open. It's showing a 67% open here. It's not bad. Tesla's gap down, almost filled. AMC trying to push again. I'm feeling good about this push. Put the little arrow underneath. That'll get it up. Put the rockets in the moon. Because AMC, come on. Let's get this 11. Oh. Another wick rejection. This is the stupid little 1 minute wick rejections are getting annoying. Nasdaq target. Well, I mean, if this is the resistance, so if it's going to move up, probably find some resistance there. AMC 1062. GME still holding around the 148 line. Thanks so much to the 1,800 people joining us today. If you're enjoying the stream, definitely remember to subscribe. We do TA on everything all over the time. Probably the reason some of the volume is down. Yes, I'm using Webull there. Yep. Low volume on GME, to be honest, expected way more from Magek. I think a lot of it is probably Robinhood is restricting. What's the Robinhood's restriction, guys? I don't have it in Australia. What's the restriction on GME and Tesla? AMC and GME. Can anyone tell? Are you going to hold through this? It's up to you, man, Hood Mario. It depends what your conviction is. I mean, I was pretty happy with the 158 myself, but yeah, I can see AMC going to 12, and you never know. Oh my God, they just dumped. No, never mind. Never mind. No, they're picking back up. So it's an interesting start here. Remember, the first 30 minutes is generally key to sentiment. So first 30 mins is where we want to be in the market. We want to basically see bullish sentiment come out of the first 30 minutes on both of these, then hold greens, and then we can move. Stake isn't too bad. Yeah, Stake definitely gets it done. That's an Australian one. My stock's still pending for GME. All right, are we rich yet? Well, it depends when you got in. If you got in at 40, you could be, especially with calls. So pressure coming back on here. We might have to get the fence back out for AMC. Every time it's pressed just underneath that 11, it struggled through. And with the GME sentiment turning, that's not great for AMC either. Got the fence. It's done us proud once before. I don't like to see it go back down again. I feel like we need the sentiment now. But I can see why people are taking profit. Erica says, good morning, everybody. Had some GME at 83 each, and yesterday I sold them for 47 because I thought it was going nowhere. Sorry to hear that, Erica. Sorry to hear that. GMC gap fill lower 92, be aware. That's true, Draco. Basically, if it gaps down underneath, it's going back to the 91, 92 and then testing that zone. That's where the gap is. All the way back down to the 91. The 158 seems to have been pretty much the trick of the resistance. It was our first resistance of the day, and so far it has acted that way. A clear above this zone with a decent time frame hold will trigger into 200, and then hopefully we get higher than that and would trigger higher. But if we get continued movement down, 90 gap fill is where it will go. AMC go. Better get that. It's going to come and test it again. 978, I think it is this support line here that you do not want it under for AMC. GME halted again at 129. Second halt. Now it's up for AMC to hold the sentiment. Second halt suspension there. Let's have a quick look around the other ones, see if they're in halts. We'll just do the big stocks first. Look at the down ones, I guess. Teladoc only down 3.66. Nvidia still down 2.6. All okay across the board there. Go to this one. Costs not in suspension, holding a 51%. Suspension on GameStop. Other stocks, Tilray down 3.68%, 3.6% to a 26.97. Afria down 1. Suspension across that 9.99 for AMC right now. Very important it holds above here. You don't want it to get underneath this $9.70 kind of area. No, we do not want it under there. Tesla is basically just floating around. Cross says, hello from New Zealand, CCIV rising. It is early in New Zealand, Cross. To put it in perspective, I think it would be about almost 4 a.m. in New Zealand. Here we go. This is the low from before. I'm going to zoom in there on that 1 minute. There's some buying. Come on now. Get it up. 9.99, 10. Let's get through 10. Still in halt on GME, guys. Still in halt on GME. 9.99, 10. Ugh. Stop selling at 10. There we go. 10.08, 10.12. The fence is doing the work. BTC falling, yeah, 50,700 right now. ETH 1631. XRP 46, hideous thing. ADA 107, holding very strong, if that's true ADA. 10.04. Wow, you get up at 4 a.m. I guess that's a way of doing it. Not bad timing in New Zealand. Get up at 4 a.m. That's true. You are lie. Do not sell AMC YouTube Gamma Squeeze and make this money. You can put $1 or 10,000. You pick. Very good, man. Good stuff, AMC, GME, Bowl. Yep. Well, we're still in halt here on GME. AMC is just trying to get above 10 so it can fully move forward. It does involve people having diamond hands, people holding these positions. We've seen this technical 975. I'll show you where that comes from. I'll keep the thing there. See that? That 980 resistance sell-off. That's why it's such an important zone. Then it tests it. 977. We scroll out. If you scroll out further and go to the other time frames, you'll see what I mean. So it's a very important zone. We must be about to open back up here with GME very, very soon. I don't think the rest of the market's doing that much. That's too interesting. Sundial holding a 6.83% up. PLTR down 1.36. Net, Square, all of those around 1% each way. CRM, Roku, they're all basically 0.5. Not super crazy numbers. Bitcoin back to 50,900. So hopefully it gets back above that 51,000 soon. AMC 1015, 1017. Here we go. Come on. Got to go put back pressure on that 11. Johnny, man, all you got to do to get in the Discord is click the link I've pinned at the top. Click it. And then you'll see Dave up the top. Don't worry. 1022. The fence is working. We can take it away soon, but not yet. GME back open 130 on the open. Let's see if it tries to start meeting demand of AMC. The problem is this one's driving that sentiment. So when you got that driving the sentiment and it opens and it doesn't have time, I hate these halts. They're killing it. Halts suck for sentiment. Looks like GME may try to go down to this 90, unfortunately. And it's putting a lot of pressure on this very key critical zone. Look at that. We just got a new low. Even the fence cannot stop it. It's now underneath the 970 for the first time. We need buying pressure to come off right here. GME going towards that $90. Hood Mario says GME going down. Yes. What are your thoughts on the current state of PLTR? I think it's okay around these prices. Probably the 24.50, 25 might hover there for some time. Valuation is quite high. 112 GME right now. Another decent close there. Notice the closes here. Not as strong as the first buy though. So AMC is doing better business in terms of holding the zone than the other one, than GME. Would like to see a higher point than this over here to signify movement back up to that 11. We'll watch it for a few more minutes. Halt again on GME. That sucks. These three halts, they're not good. They're really bad for what retail's trying to do here. Third halt, yes. Is BTC on the downtrend or will it break 52K? It struggled around that area a few times. It looks downtrendy at this stage, but I'm comfortable that there's still a lot of demand there. I will only say it's in a proper downtrend when it breaks through 45, if it does, to the downside. At this stage, it looks bullish. 970, the halt's killing it. The halt sucks. The halts last around 5 minutes, Christopher. Halts last about five minutes. Yep, halted again at 112.98. Let's see if cost got halted as well. Load up the Webull screener here. Suspension only showing in GameStop. Why is that percentage change not working? I don't even know why it's not working. But anyway, cost 43%. Churchill Capital, AMC now at a 953. It broke that key level. Unfortunately, just dropped through straight away. 940 straight away there. It's Nokia, all the rest. GameStop, obviously still suspension. We'll get rid of this. It didn't do it, guys. Didn't hold it up. But I think a lot of it's got to do with the Robinhood restrictions and sentiment dying. What is this platform? This platform is TradingView. Nikhail's so correct there. The halts wear off volume momentum. Yeah, they wear off volume momentum. They wear off hype. They wear off those types of things. And that's bad because, of course, that then puts sentiment to the downside. People get scared. A lot of retail traders don't know what a halt even is and why it's halting. It terrifies them. So then they change it. It's like a strategy almost to ruin short squeezes. Robinhood will not let you sell. No, it's in a halt. Unfortunately, based on this AMC move as well, when it does reopen after the 112.98, it looks like it might go down. So Robinhood is probably, AMC could be going down towards the $9, unfortunately. At the same point, GME looks to be filling the gap of 90 or 100. At that point, hopefully it does find some buying pressure. Restrictions, yes. AMC is dropping. It certainly is down the bottom left here. Tesla is about to go down. They just halted making the new Teslas. Yes, I saw that. Model 3, yeah? Is there some other new news on Teslas? Just getting some info here. Yeah, so it's just Tesla temporarily halts production at Model 3 line in Cali. Yeah. Okay, we must be getting ready for GME to be opened again here. It's just frozen. It's in the third freeze of the day. I think it still should be 5 minutes. We must be close to reopening by now. 950 for AMC around this area is holding some bullish pressure. Tesla not doing it for us right now. Let's load Bitcoin into the bottom right hand here. Go to the 1 hour for Bitcoin. So broke through, hit 52,000. Previous support is acting as it, but all of this tends to make me think that there's a 2050 cross coming. It's good structure support. Resistance is becoming support. Hopefully it bounces through. Surely GME opens really, really fast now. It should be opening in only a minute or so. Finken says, why is anyone still using Robinhood after this garbage they pulled last squeeze? It's a trash broker. I'm surprised more people haven't pulled out for it. It was open for exactly 1 minute. What the hell? Here it is, 108. It's back open. 112, 108. It's going to lead AMC's direction. Will we see a fill down to the 90 or will we see a buying pressure here? 106, bugger, 935, so possibly down to the $9 for AMC. Stock market overall, US 500, 39.15. We did expect that to probably test the 3900 today. So my thought process with the 3900, a breach of that would expose 3860 throughout the trading session. 101, 100 just reached for GME. It is falling off here after reaching that 160 level, the resistance that we were a bit worried about on the open. Just in future reference, guys, if you ever do see a market opening at a resistance or support, it usually will struggle around that zone. Often it means that there is going to be sell pressure there. We talked about it throughout this stream, but hopefully we do start to see some bounces. $100 might be right around the right psychological for buying. And now we'll get a buy halt as well. If it starts moving up, we'll get halted on the buy side, won't we? Webull halted GME and costs also. Is that true? Let me have a look at this one. So you can't trade that? I mean, I can't trade on this platform anyway because I'm Australian. They don't let me. But you can't trade on this. Tilray down 5%, 26.61. Costs up 58. GME now bouncing around here, 120. All right, guys. Hopefully we get up. Did we just freeze again? Did it just freeze again? Did another trade halt? Bloody hell. Yep, back into suspension. That's lame. Well, it's back. Wait, it went suspended and then came out. Surely it's suspended. I hate this. This sucks. It's being held. It's being halted in the exchange. I mean, how boring is that? Talk about free market. More like talk about massive amount of short squeeze crap that ruined sentiment. That sucks. 119. And then it halts. I mean, what do we had? This is more halts than last time. Last time we had a halt. We had a halt here today. We had a halt here today. We had a halt here. Now we get a halt here. Absolutely ridiculous. Terrible. Free market. Yeah. Fourth halt. This is ridiculous. See, Harrison, it sucks. Robinhood has its own clearinghouse. Robinhood has many things. Why halted? It's got to do with percentages. It's all about percentages. So basically, if it moves a certain percent, I don't know what the percentage is. Can anyone tell me in the chat what the percentage is? Laura T says, I just took a video of it coming out of the halt and then going back in and all the orders scrolling. Yeah. How is Moderna doing? We can log that in. We'll just have a quick look at the other market. The one that isn't short gamma squeezes everywhere. Percentage changes here. What have we got? Moderna, 10% up, 160. So pretty nice if you're in that stock. That's a great return there for today. Zillow Group was down pre-market, now up. Teladoc, still one of the big ones, down. ANSYS, Nvidia. Tesla was around here. Now Tesla only down 2%. So there is a bit of down in these markets. That's 23 billion plus companies. 20% the first 15 minutes, 15%, 10% in 5 minutes during the day. Yeah. Oh, so it's 10% in 5 minutes. Yeah, you can't buy or sell right now. It's in halt, guys. Is Melvin Cap still stuck? They're short in GameStop. They probably got back in. Uh, 10% 5 minutes during the day, according to Stake. Yeah, that makes about sense. Must be the cat. Yeah, it's still halted, guys. Look to AMC to get a bit of an idea on sentiment. It is at least buying back up here. 984, testing the previous ones. Oh, 990. That's good. Oh, like to see a little clear here. We're on the 1 minute chart, so we're desperate when we're on the 1 minute charts. but I would love to see a clear here of this 1024, especially coming out for GME. Hopefully cause a bit of a slingshot back up. $9.96, $9.99. Some selling probably at 10. Oh, 10.06, chunked all those lines. Someone just bought big. All the lines were chunked. Straight back down after that. Someone had to go. Someone bought the 50 shares, yeah? Still halted on GME. Still halted. What's our friend Cost doing? That seems to have frozen. The Webull platform's dying. Cost 59% still. Suspension still. 997 for AMC. Sundial still holding a 5%. When compared to Tilray, it's amazing that Sundial's up. That's crazy. The discrepancy between meme stocks is extreme today, guys. 993, 994, 95. Still suspended. GameStop. We're hitting 2 o'clock my time, so the first half an hour is over in the markets. US 500 is now starting to come down, 39.12. AMC struggling around the $10, finding some resistance buying. Selling. Ugh. It's killing me, this. This is a long-ass halt. This certainly is. I'm getting the ape 6 cents from this community, lol. There certainly is some apes here. 123 on the open. 125. People go, like, it's just so painful when it closes. 968 AMC. Aim to get back up to the 158 now. The more this goes up, the more this goes down, I reckon. The more the GME short squeeze works, the more likely the US 500 is to go down. I'll go with that. BTC finding back above 51 for a minute there. Yeah, GME did open decently strong, filled the gap range after opening. Christopher Mendez says you will never see Tesla this low again. Buy those dips. Well, I mean, I like your sentiment there, Christopher. I feel like you might, but it's possible. Tesla, yes, Tesla is moving. Bitcoin 51,000, 39.11 US 500. Let's get the Nasdaq back on. Nasdaq finding that weakness, see that? So that's going to push Tesla through. We've got Tesla on the 1 hour here, so you see it filled the gap almost exactly. There's the, oh, actually no, it didn't fill the gap. Close was here. Filled what you would call the body range. 118 GME. Thanks so much to the 1,860 people viewing right now. Appreciate you guys being out here for this big day of short squeezing action. Been streaming just over a little bit over 3.5 hours so far. Yeah, US 100 really showing weakness. This little bit of trough support. So basically, there's our support line through there. An important area for the NAS. Here we go. 126, 127, 128. That's good. Let's zoom it in. On our 1 minute chart. Nice. I don't want another halt. I'm sick of halts. No halt, please. AMC 988. Come on, hold a close above this. Above the 128. Let's do it. Hold up. There we go. Closed up. That's good. Little bit of nice 1 minute movement here. Let's go back to the 158. Sir American says Katie Woods just dropped millions more in Kathy Wood, yep. Just millions more in Tesla, and now the puppets hate her too. Mr. Computer Guy says thank you, Tom. No worries, man. I'm shorting Robinhood's IBO. I don't blame Matthew. I actually thought about that the other day. I thought that's awesome. I keep buying small chunks of AMC coming in from MK. GS says was away from the screen doing something. Moderna pops into my head, then someone mentions it. I hear you mention it. Yeah, Moderna certainly moving quite strongly right now, GS. GME trying to get above that 130 psychological. At the same time, look at this. Look at this Nasdaq. Coming on down. Come on, Nasdaq. A little bit lower. Give us some value town. I do secretly want a correction, yeah. And it's only because there's a few stocks that I don't mind, that I wouldn't mind getting even better price on. I'm sure you guys know what I mean. And it's weird because if you have a long portfolio, you're like, why the hell would you want to lose money? It's actually natural in the market. 10.03 here, and then straight back down. So $10 is clearly a point of resistance on this little 1 minute chart that we're looking at. And GME can't hold above this 130 yet. NAS falling. Falling. They hate us because they ain't us, says just a guy. I'm in that short, Brian says. Eyes wide shut says, fuck a short boycott the SOB. What are you talking about, Eyes? Tesla is also affected by global semiconductor shortage, Bloomberg. Yeah, well, it makes sense. GME halted? I don't think so. My GME is still trading. 2019, 10 years was 3.0. Halted? Really? Why am I still trading? Let me load this. I think it's still going. Which broker's halting you? 13.1. So we're just clearing it right now here on the 15-minute chart. Clearing down lower on the Nasdaq. I want to look at the screener. Let's have a look what's leading that charge. Go to the screener. Whoa. Percentage changes here. What have we got? Still lots of greens. Moderna now only 7% was 10. Teladoc 6.88, really getting slaughtered there. Airbnb down 4.5. Intuit, Nvidia, Tesla, MasterCard, whatever that is, Caravana. Close underneath here could be quite bearish. It won't probably affect GME, AMC sentiment. I don't think it didn't last time. It didn't make any difference. It's not not halted, you trolls, says you a lie. Yep, no halt. It'll probably need to get a bit above that. Stop the paper hands. Yeah. Let's hope. Oh, look at that. They're really running in sync. 42K. Not sure what that means, Mystic. I believe 50% AMC. Let's go. I hope so, man. We might have to play music for it soon. 124 for GME. AMC 978. Still struggling with that $10. Might just draw a little line there. Because the $10 is such a big struggle for it. Trio coming in with $1.99 donation. Head and Shoulders on GME 5 minute. 5 minute. I'm not quite sure what we're seeing here, man. All right, let me look at a bigger chart for you. Oh, GME, sorry.
I'll take your entire stock.
5 minute. I mean, that's all I've got in terms of price action there, man, for GME. So I don't really see a 5 minute Head and Shoulders. I don't really see a 1 minute either. I mean, basically with the Head and Shoulders, don't get too caught up on what a Head and Shoulders might look like. So that's what you're wanting, inverse Head and Shoulders. Ideally, the right shoulder is smaller than the left shoulder. The reason why this is you want, for an inverse, you want the power and the pressure to be in that bull side. Right now, 125, that's good. Yeah, that's what you'd be looking for in a Head and Shoulders. Look, when you're proofing patterns, look at closes. So use a line chart instead of a candle chart. And it should look something like this. And if it does, that's good. Now, also, if you have one on an angle that's like that, that's actually even stronger because the right shoulder is higher still, but also it's in the direction of the trend. Here we go, guys, 134. Damn it. We need to hold that close above this zone. We'll go back over to our screener. Thanks for the donation. I don't quite see that particular pattern, but when you're looking at Head and Shoulders, right shoulder, you want it to be smaller than the left shoulder, as in the power of the direction. SPX at 3,900, good. 3,902, so we'll watch that one. It bought off it instantly. There'll be little scalpy rats sitting at 3,900 for sure. Scalpy rats possibly going back up here for the 3905, taking a couple of points off. I could see myself scalping that. It only went through 2 points, so nice scalp. That would be where I'd take off. If I was scalping, I'd be like, goodbye. Take your 4 points for three-point stop, probably. Now, let's see if it comes back and tests the 3,900 again. 134. Yes, we got our close. Come on, this is good. This is good, guys. 10.13. This is good. Yes. possibly rats. Nah, 1 minute's all right. I've progressed past the 1 minute. It's too time intensive. Why does it say intermission? That's a mistake. I need to fix that rail. I'm using a screener thing so it looks a bit better, but yeah, that's a mistake actually. I can't get rid of it. 39 coming back down to the test. Now, because it's testing it again, a scalpy rat would probably not buy this again. So once you buy it the first time, you do not buy it the second time, yeah? Hi, Tom. Have you seen a Tosa Therapeutics ATOS? I haven't, no. GME hitting $200 today. You got to clean the 158 first. ULI says, buy AMC and hold. Please, let's make the gamma squeeze happen and make haters sick. So it is bouncing off it again, but just remember, that's not a good strategy. If you're doing these kind of plays with scalping, you do not, well, didn't even get your 39.06 yet, but you do not want to double buy the same level. It's never really that smart. You can double buy on a bigger time frame, but on a 1 minute, it's just not enough. It's just not enough. Oh, I just want to say this. This GME is doing the right things. It's doing the right things. Trough, peak, higher trough, a little bit of a higher peak. I really wanted to get through here. This is where it must get through. AMC 1001, Tesla 722, pressure coming back down the US 500. That's right. I can call it a gamma squeeze, Sid. What a great name. ULI says, MK, same. I just bought another 200 AMC this AM. Let's go. All right, man. Where are my apes? Look at the $40 call volumes, Howie says. So 125, 127, like a quick buy up here. We're going to get super desperate and start drawing trend lines soon if we're not careful. 993, 3,900 still holding for the US 500. Let's look at the Nasdaq though. The Nasdaq might be the lead here. 12:14, so 15-minute candle opens this, closes this minute. This is the type of significant candle that's important to look at. Let's have a look at a 15-minute candle here on GME. See, we have our movement down, almost fills that gap, and then it's trying to hold up. I'd like to see a close above 134 here. Can we do it in the next 30 seconds? Maybe not, but it'd be nice. Check the 5-minute. Bunch of buy wicks there. This is the first sell wiki time of a candle. It's not over yet. 13,150. Tesla 721. Still just hovering there for Tesla. Silver trading 27.70. Gold 17.74. Still finding weakness. Dollar index 89.81. There's that last little bit of green. Okay, $10, around $10 for AMC. 15-minute closed underneath the low there for the Nasdaq, which is probably putting pressure on the US 500 immediately. Immediately it closed right on the 39. There's the pressure coming on. Let's see if it gets through a new low on the 1 minute 38.97. Foolish Illusionist says this is the most stressful roller coaster ever. Yeah, when you got money in these type of markets, it can be very, very stressful. Volume too low? Should be all right, man. Paul says at FX Evolution, what do you think about Riot blockchain today? We'll load Riot up down here. Where is Riot blockchain? Okay, so it's traded all over the place recently. Let's go to a daily here. 39.04, finding pressure. It's pretty low. Like I think it could go under 39, but this is literally the test for the S&P for the day. 52.80. Okay. I mean, Riot blockchain's really linked more to the hype on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin starts moving. I'd probably just do analysis on that if I was interested in this. I mean, I was wrong on this one. I thought it would kind of crap out about $50. it went up to 80. Yeah, you could follow the trend, but this is hyper extended. It's now pulled back to a much more reasonable level. Much more reasonable level is here. Just going to trade in this range, I think, for a little while. Stagnate until Bitcoin has a move on it either way. If Bitcoin moves underneath, it's going to suffer. If Bitcoin moves above 52,000, I'd probably see a movement on this. GME 124, AMC 983. All right, guys, I'm going to have to call it there. It's 2:17 in the morning AM my time. I'm pretty damn tired. We've been streaming for almost, what, I don't even know, 4 hours almost here. So thanks so much for joining us. We've got 1,800 viewers still here. If you appreciate the stream, whoops, please make sure to, of course, subscribe. I'm going to leave you guys with the video because, of course, I want you all to make as much money as possible, and I want your GME to go to the moon. So far, these candles have been okay. So it's, you know, it's not good having it down, but at least it's holding and starting to form structure. We're through the first half an hour, coming into the first hour. So we'll leave you with this one more time, just because it's a special day. Good luck, everybody. I'm pissing out. This is too tight. Not that to be there. That's great. Guys, I'm out. Quick thoughts for today. 3,900, incredibly important for SPX. Nasdaq, right around where it is right now as well. If it moves underneath the 3,900, I could see a 3860 coming in for the S&P 500, so watch that. AMC and GME, you need them to hold sentiment. Obviously, 158, 159 is going to be struggle town for GME. It's not doing that good this right now, but this is because of the stupid halts that were just super annoying. $10 must be cleared with a break for AMC to move back up, and 11 struggling. 12 would be the actual target, and I think 12 would be where there is some selling pressure, especially based on today's movements. You may not see a $200 movement today, but above 158 is what you're looking for in the session. Good luck, guys. See you. I should be on tomorrow. I'll see if I can make it. Otherwise, I'll definitely be on Monday. We do this stream pretty much every single day of the week. So definitely subscribe, hit that like button, all that type of stuff. Appreciate it a lot. Bye for now.